look straight ahead and drive because we sort of all want to live.
You don't want me to look at the camera like this while I'm driving?
Major League Baseball Productions presents This Week in Baseball, the show that goes beyond the game.
Go! Swung at it, belted! Oh, my God! This one is over.
No team in baseball is riding higher on the strength of its pitching than the surprising San Diego Padres.
First place in the National League West.
The Padres? My gosh.
In just a bit, we'll spend time with one of the driving forces of that staff, Clayton Richard.
How you doing? Good.
But first, let's take a closer look at this Padres team that's caught most everyone off guard.
8 of them in a row for San Diego.
Obviously, they've surprised everybody.
But when you look back at how they finished the 2009 season, it all starts to make sense.
Going into the spring, we felt really good about how last season ended. And the way spring training ended, winning 18 out of our last 20 games, gave us a good momentum builder going into the season.
We had guys saying, man, this doesn't seem like a last-place team. This seems like a first-place team.
If they give it to you, we want to be able to capitalize on it.
It's a little motivation to prove people wrong and say, you know, we got 25 guys in this clubhouse who believe in each other, and we're going to go out and try to prove it on a daily basis.
And the Padres pitchers have taken the lead by leading the majors in both ERA and strikeouts. They're also tied for the second most shutouts with 9.
It's been great having guys like John Garland and Kevin Correa at the top for us.
Correa, 1, 2, 3. And that is the 10th strikeout for Garland.
Whenever they're in the game, we know we're going to have a real good chance to win.
Clayton Richard, left-hander that throws hard, wicked curveball.
Swing and a miss. Just unbelievable.
He's one of those guys that just works really hard and knows exactly what to do and how to pitch.
Strike 3 on the outside corner.
Matt Latos, prospect stud. He's really smart, and he's really young.
A one-hit complete game shutout for Matt Latos. And if he's not a future #1, I don't know who is.
Throw Wade LeBlanc into the mix, and you have 5 starting pitchers who eat up the early innings. And then it really gets tough.
At the end of the day, we are right where we want to be to turn it over to our bullpen.
And those relievers in the Padres' pen strand a greater percentage of inherited base runners than any team in baseball.
Gregerson has an outstanding slider and very good command.
Swung and missed. Gregerson gets a big strikeout.
Mike Adams just comes right in and goes after guys.
Adams pitches a 1-2-3 8th inning.
Heath in the 9th, you know, is pure intensity, and he's been able to shut it down.
Strike 3 called, and the Padres win it 5-3.
The first-place Padres are one of the lowest-scoring teams in the league. But thanks to their pitching, they've won 15 games when they've scored 3 runs or less, nearly twice as many as the next National League team.
As a team, we might strike out 15 times, but we're going to beat you 2-0 or 2-1.
It seems they scored just enough to win, and when they have done...
Could the Padres' pitching prowess have something to do with the fact that their manager is the only skipper in the majors who's a former pitcher?
Struck him out, and Buddy Black has his 3rd shutout this year.
Bud Black is positive. You could have a bad day. He's going to pat you on the back. He always will boost your confidence.
How are you?
Just the fact that he was a pitcher really makes it easy to go to him with certain situations.
I think all managers do their thing to connect with players. I play a little first base during their batting practice when we run the bases, and it's a good time for me to connect with them on a daily basis. Good. I like your open-mindedness. That's good.
We have a bunch of young guys that are trying to prove themselves as major leaguers. Buddy, make sure that they have the best opportunity to go out there on the field and succeed for the club.
That way, Eck. Not a boy, you good?
The pundits who prophesize doom for the Padres are lying awfully low these days. But there's one group of guys who never had a doubt.
This is definitely not catching us by surprise whatsoever. We have a club that goes out there and competes every single night.
An extra inning win for the Padres, their 6th of the year.
Nothing's going to stop us. We're going to go out there and try to win every single day.
The Padres have swept the series.
We all root for each other, and we all want to get this thing done together.
And the Padres win it 2-1 in the 13th.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea. senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Can you imagine the game played on anything less than the most beautiful grass you've ever seen? Neither can we. Scott's, official lawn care company of Major League Baseball.
Think 3D is big? Animation Domination's got 4D.
We fire a joke section like an automatic weapon of comedy.
4 times the drama, the dramedy, Dramaction. With The Simpsons, The Cleveland Show, Family Guy, and American Dad.
There's nothing funnier than a good old bonk on the head.
I concur.
It all starts Sunday, 8/7 Central on Fox.
Mention San Diego, and you can't help but think of one of the game's most prolific hitters. But in 2010, this is a pitcher's town, with a staff that seemingly has no problem cooling off bats and having fun in that warm California sun.
Just unbelievable. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Absolutely overmatching this lineup.
One of the arms contributing to the starting staff's success belongs to southpaw Clayton Richard.
Clayton has good stuff.
Tonight has been about pitching and pitching of Clayton Richard.
You will see the fastball velocity.
Fastball thrown by him.
He works fast. He fields his position. He holds runners well.
Richard with that great move.
For me, it adds up to a winning pitcher, a guy who's going to have a great career.
Well, that was precisely what the Padres were hoping for when they acquired Clayton from the White Sox in a trade that involved one of the best pitchers in Padres history.
26-year-old Clayton Richard came over in the deal for Jake Peavy last summer from the White Sox.
Initially, it was a shock. I've never been out of the Midwest for a prolonged time.
A native of Lafayette, Indiana, and a member of both the football and baseball teams for the University of Michigan, Clayton didn't know what to expect from the West Coast.
I was worried about being that far away from home, but me and my wife got out here, and that made it a lot easier.
To come over here as the main piece of that trade, to not let it affect him, to go out there and still be Clayton Richard.
He has been outstanding for them. No wonder the Padres wanted him.
It's been fun to play behind him.
But that fun wouldn't exist without Clayton's strong work ethic.
I've always believed that the better in shape you are, the more that carries onto the mound.
And we got to witness Richard's dedication to his craft firsthand as he prepared for his next start.
Clayton is a very non-traditional pitcher. He trains a lot heavier than most guys, but that's really kind of a testament to the fact that he was a football player.
He's definitely got the football mentality. He's in the gym every single day. He lifts more than anyone else on the club.
During our visit, Clayton focused on his core, the group of midsection muscles that help pitchers transfer power.
Just watch the mechanics of throwing, how much torque comes from your core. It starts at your feet. You got to somehow get from your feet in the ground to your arm. And the only way through that's through your core. So that transition, I feel like it's very important.
Although his teammates respect his regimen, they still find a way to poke a little fun.
Throw really hard.
He's got a few different nicknames. I like to call him Captain America because he's the Midwest All-American guy.
Conan is what we call him. Conan the Barbarian.
Call him Rambo. It's kind of intimidating watching him work out in the weight room. I know I can't hang with him.
This week in baseball, thanks for coming and working out with me. I'll see you out in the field.
And it's on the field where Clayton does his light throwing workout on flat ground, a routine that keeps him loose between starts.
Usually when I throw a flat ground, my focus is on my changeup. Most guys have a circle changeup. I never could really get a hold of the circle changeup. So I think in high school I went with kind of a split, a Fosh change.
Swing and a miss.
With every pitch I throw, there's a certain feel I want when it comes out of my hand. So tomorrow when I throw my heavier side, I'll already have that in the back of my mind and be able to attack. And that's the day before batting practice starts. Trip in, the workout, the throwing. Now we get to have batting practice and have fun in the game.
And now here's Twibia. Heading into this weekend, Clayton had allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 8 of his starts this year. We asked Wade LeBlanc if he knew who holds the Padres' single-season mark for most starts with 2 or less earned runs. Randy Jones, Jake Peavy, Dave Drebecki, or Gaylord Perry. Wade?
Tough question. I'm going to go Gaylord Perry.
Yep, in Gaylord Perry's Cy Young Award year of '78, he had 26 starts in which he allowed 2 earned runs or less. What do you think of that year, Wade?
Hey, I'll take it.
Next up, Holiday Inn presents Winning Road Trips, where we salute the teams and players that have a knack for coming up big away from home. The Texas Rangers are one of the hottest teams in baseball.
He annihilates this thing.
And they kicked off their surge by winning 8 in a row on the road.
The Texas Rangers have been untouchable.
Hey, babe.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Dad. Check out these calculators. Cool. Checklists.
Videos.
Articles.
Worksheets.
Tips. Strategies.
They got tools.
Tools. One website to help you
Save a little money. Make a plan.
Stay on budget. Put some money in the bank.
This will help me
get your act together.
Oh.
Yeah.
stay on top of bills.
Have some breathing room.
Reduce taxes.
This is how we can
get ahead of it. Get started at bankofamerica.com/solutions.
Perfect.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! How's your shave?
You can feel it pulling the stubble.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing Fusion Pro Glide.
It's like it's gliding down.
Turn shaving into gliding. New Fusion Pro Glide.
Excuse me. Your change.
It's nice to know you can trust people. State Farm is counting on it. They want you to talk to your neighbors, then call a State Farm agent, find out how you can get discounts up to 40%. See, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. 40 million drivers, more savings, and discounts up to 40%. So call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online.
The most powerful half-ton crew in America has a powertrain backed for 100,000 miles. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy, and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Now, get 0% APR for 72 months on 2010 Silverado Half-Ton models with an average finance savings around $6,000.
Take care of your engine, and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One-A-Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus, now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure.
Whoa.
Kinda makes your heart race, huh?
The rivalry is renewed as the Yankees take on the Dodgers in prime time. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Time now for the Pepsi Refresh Project, where we take a fresh look at the men and moments in Major League history that helped change the world. From breaking down barriers to building up communities, Pepsi pays tribute to the power of refreshing ideas. The Padres are doing more than just leading the NL West these days. They're also taking part in the fight against one of our most feared foes by teaming up with Stand Up to Cancer.
Stand Up to Cancer is about making every single person who's diagnosed with cancer a survivor, and the Padres are helping us do that.
Folks from Stand Up to Cancer were at an owners meeting, and Jeff Morad and I heard their vision for a collaborative, results-based approach to fighting the disease, and it was too compelling to ignore. So we decided that the San Diego Padres wanted to get involved.
So the partnership was formed, and the team came up with a unique way for its fans to have a personal role in the fight.
This is our Up To wall. It's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to all of us. When you sign this wall, you make a statement who you're standing up for and why you're standing up.
You can sign it, you can write anything you want. You can write a message to a loved one or somebody that you lost to cancer. And the last 2 games of the season, the whole outfield wall is going to be all those boards.
When you come to the ballpark and you see that wall and you know that, the donation you make, it makes you feel good about contributing to such a worthwhile cause.
And the Padres, like most everyone, know someone who could benefit from this effort.
This is a huge cause. Cancer touches all of us in some way, whether it's family related, whether it's neighbor, whether it's friends.
My father has lung cancer. He's been fighting it since spring training. He means the world to me.
We have a teammate within the organization right now, but someone I deeply respected ever since I was in AAA when I first met him, and that's Dave Roberts, who's fighting this right now.
It is a personal thing for us, and we've had a lot of outreach from our fans saying the same thing, that it is very personal for them as well. And so we're proud to be really fighting this terrible disease.
Being a part of this with the Padres is a great thing, and initially being the first club to really get on board here, I'm proud to be a San Diego Padre.
For more information on how you can refresh the world, log on to Pepsi Refresh Project at refresheverything.com to submit your ideas or to vote. Help make the world a better place. Our XM Radio Call of the Week comes from Atlanta in the bat of Troy Gloss.
Swinging a long fly to deep left field. It's got a chance to go. That ball's gone. Victory is ours. Troy Gloss with a walk-off home run.
Which brings us to Gillette's Rookie of the Month, honoring the top rookies in both leagues each month of the season.
Welcome to the show.
Carlos Santana is hitting all the right notes with 6 doubles, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs in his first 12 games.
Gone to Souvenir City. The Indians have a keeper in Carlos Santana.
This Week in Baseball, presented by Pepsi, will be right back.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Everything worth listening to is on Sirius XM. The most commercial-free music. Play-by-play of every major sport. The best in talk, news, and entertainment. Everything you love, everything you want. Plus, new things to discover on over 130 channels. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of, including Major League Baseball on XM. Hear every team and every game. Plus, our exclusive 24/7 baseball talk channel, Sirius XM. Their stories will move you.
After my mom died, I just started cooking because I just wanted to taste her food.
Their dreams are on the line.
Anybody that's not nervous, get nervous.
From the producers of The Biggest Loser, who will go from amateur chef to master chef.
That has been the best dish so far.
Master Chef starts cooking Tuesday, July 27th on Fox.
What would you do if a real-life crisis began to unfold right before your eyes? Join host Christine Hamilton as she examines real stories involving real young people and how they reacted in the heat of the moment.
It's okay. They're coming. They're coming.
We should hopefully be there in a minute or two. On the show that answers the question, what do you do? Right here on this station.
Wednesday mornings at 7 on Fox 18.
To play good baseball, you've got to execute the fundamentals of the game.
Fundamentals, youngsters. Keep working at it.
And who better to learn from than the experts at MLB Network with this week's Diamond Demo.
Hey, welcome to Studio 42. I'm Harold Reynolds, and this is this week's MLB Network Diamond Demo. We're going to talk about body position. How do you feel the ground ball? Here's the position I want to be in. I want to get myself knees slightly bent, and I want to always try to catch the ball out in front of me. So I'm down, I get my tail end down, and I get here in this position, glove out in front and head out in front. I don't want to catch the ball back in here. That's what eats you up.
Just ate him up.
Now, how do you work on it? Just find a wall. Throw the ball off the wall like this, and you can work on all those fundamentals I just talked about. Staying down, get your body in the right position.
Nice. And gets that ball in front of his body.
Read the hop and feel the ball out in front of me. Not back in here, but right out in front of me. And I can do this, and you can do it all the time. Hard ball, tennis ball, whatever. Find a nice solid concrete wall, throw the ball up against it, work on your fundamentals. That's this week's MLB Network Diamond Demo. We'll see you next week.
From their inaugural season in 1969 through '83, the San Diego Padres had just one winning season. But they turned the page on a whole new chapter in '84.
We had such a great mix of young players and veterans like Nettles and Goose Gossage, who already had won World Series. They brought that great winning attitude.
I came over here to help win a pennant. I'm not going to win it all by myself.
It's going to take 25 guys over 162 games.
Well, actually, it only took 152 of those games for the Padres to capture their first ever division title.
Ground ball, right side. Wiggins is up with it. The throw to first, and the Padres have the ball game.
But their league championship series with Chicago didn't start out so well, as the Cubs outscored the Padres 17-2 in their first 2 games.
We got beat so bad, we didn't know if we had a chance to win or not. I mean, it was tough.
The Cubs try for a sweep in the series. It'll move to Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, California.
We came home. Nobody's at the airport. We come out to get our cars out here at the Jack Murphy Stadium, and what happens? About 3,000 to 4,000 people show up.
It kind of got us going. It kind of said, wait a minute, these people believe in us.
That will get it. The Padres get on the board in the championship series.
Now we go to the next game, Game 4. It's the only game that we have.
Deep right field, way back, Cutter going back to the wall. It's gone. Home run, Garvey.
And that's when I lifted up my arm and fist and signaled to the fans that they were number 1 and we were on our way to Game 5.
And there will be tomorrow.
The Cubs held a 3-2 lead late in the deciding game, but then
I come off the bench in the 7th inning, down a run.
Well, here's Tim Flannery. He's going to come on and pinch hit.
I hit a first pitch ground ball to Leon Durham.
Ground ball hit to Durham right through his leg. Here comes Martinez. We're tied at 3.
the 84 Padres gave it everything they had and set the stage for a magical moment at Jack Murphy Stadium.
And the Padres have the National League pennant. Oh, Doctor, you can hang a star on that, baby.
Those moments are so rare, and as a Padre, we knew how special this was, and it was our first.
Congratulations, Joan and Ballard and Dick Williams and all the Padres. Now go get them in the World Series.
You too can go all out for your community. Find out how to get your local ballpark chosen to receive a big league makeover and how to win a new Chevy by logging on to ChevyBaseball.com. Chevy and Scott's, building diamonds and dreams.
This one's gonna do it. She is out of here.
Our State Farm Big League Blast celebrates the return to the Phillies lineup of J-Roll.
In the air, down the right field line. Way back there. It is gone. How about Jimmy Rollins? He's back.
Good conditioning and proper nutrition make you a better athlete. So here's our tip of the week, as One A Day presents, step up to the plate for your health.
Hey fans, I'm Roger, the Milwaukee Brewers head athletic trainer. When doing cardiovascular exercises, do your best to sustain your workout for 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. This will allow you to get the most out of your exercise program and see results.
For more healthy tips, log on to AskMLBTrainer.com. This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! How's your shave?
I feel it pulling the stubble.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing Fusion Pro Glide.
It's like it's gliding down.
Turn shaving into gliding. New Fusion Pro Glide.
I like your messy hair. I like the clothes you wear. I like the way you sing. And when you dance with me, you always make me smile. Don't know why.
We believe you're at your best when you can truly be yourself. And at Holiday Inn, you always can. Holiday Inn. Stay you.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, really?
A sandwich to a restaurant again? Seriously?
Yeah. I need to save money somehow.
Unreal.
What?
The things people do to save money these days, when they could just call State Farm. You see, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. So talk to the people you trust. Then call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online and see how you could get discounts up to 40%.
Wait. When you're on a date, you bring 2 of those?
Oh. No.
To stay on top of my game after 50, I switched to a complete multivitamin with more. Only one a day Men's 50+ Advantage has ginkgo for memory and concentration, plus support for heart health. That's a great call.
One a day Men's. It's a Fox Saturday Baseball primetime special. A legendary rivalry is renewed as the Yankees battle the Dodgers. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
And now, here's How About That with the Plays of the Week, set to the music of Sleigh Bells, from their album, Treats.
Show some of that love.
There's another strikeout. Please do not throw that pitch again.
Got him! Ball game over. Mariners win it. Yeah!
Lays out, makes the diving catch.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Robson.
What a
off the mound. Long run, and he can't make the play.
I messed that one up.
And a beautiful catch, no. Diving, and it gets by him.
And Berkman, whoa! The skates came out from under it.
Terrible. That's terrible.
What a stop. That is a nice defensive play.
With a backhand play, full speed ahead.
Good work out there, Hammer.
How did Wolf catch that ball?
Hey, can we please score?
And that will fly away.
Please.
Gone! A home run! See ya! Oh! A grand slam!
Long drive left field. John McDonald on Father's Day hits a 2-run home run. He just lost his father this past week. A lot of emotion in that dugout right now.
Adrian Durant, here comes the winning run. The Padres come back and beat the Orioles. Rockies win it. In the air, down the right field line. Gone! How about Jimmy Rollins?
How about that?
He's back!
This Week in Baseball has been sponsored by Pepsi, by Bank of America, Chevy, Gillette, Holiday Inn, One a Day, Scott's, Sirius XM, and by State Farm. Be sure to keep up with TWIB on both Facebook and Twitter. For This Week in Baseball, I'm Buzz Brainerd. So long, everybody.
It's a Fox Saturday Baseball primetime special. A legendary rivalry is renewed as the Yankees battle the Dodgers. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
As you travel down the road of life, you'll be faced with many choices. Will you make the right one? Join us each week on Real Life 101.
Real Life 101, Monday mornings at 7 on Fox 18.
Work hard, play hard, healthy body, healthy mind. Face the future, fear no challenge. I strive to be the best that I can be.
Work 2000. Work hard 2000.
Play hard, be the best.
Face the future 2000. Work
hard.
Fear no challenge.
Tuesday morning at 7 on Fox 18.
What would you do if a real-life crisis began to unfold right before your eyes?
Join host Christine Hamilton as she examines real stories involving real young people and how they reacted in the heat of the moment.
It's okay. They're coming. They're coming.
We should hopefully be there in a minute or two.
On the show that answers the question, what do you do? Right here on this station.
Wednesday mornings at 7 on Fox 18. The following program on Fox 18 has a rating of TV 14. Some material may be unsuitable for children under 14. Parental discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to the Fox 18 Saturday Afternoon Movie. Today, John Goodman, Christine Lottie, Josh Charles, and Anne Heche star in the quirky romantic comedy Pie in the Sky. Up next on your Fox 8.
Dirk Bentley, ZZ Top, Eric Church, and Blake Shelton. All on the Trinity Regional Health System jumbo screen. See the diamonds on the Kimberly Dodge Oldies stage. Buy your fun card now at Hy-Vee Food Stores, Taco Bell, and River City Connection.
And everybody's gonna be there.
Offer ends July 6th.
The great Mississippi Valley Fair.
See you there.
If you need any more reasons to get out and make the most of this time of year, your Jeep dealer has 5 that get you into it like nothing else. From the legendary Jeep Wrangler to the capable Grand Cherokee, the Sky Slider-equipped Liberty, and Patriot or Compass, starting at $15,995.
Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash on Liberty. Hurry, offer ends soon.
I live, I ride, I am. Jeep.
Fox Soccer Channel. The Big Ten Network. Speed. Fuel TV. FSN. And Fox Sports. The greatest collection of sports networks in the world.
We are Fox Sports.
Tonight on Fox, we got the Yankees, we got the Dodgers. Crosstown rivals turn into cross-country competition. This isn't just East Coast versus West Coast. They've played each other in 11 World Series. My Yankees won 8 of those, by the way. And then we got Joe. He was the Yankee skipper, but now he's in L.A. Well, that Joe was replaced by this Joe, who did pretty good last year.
World champions for the 27th time.
So it's time to separate the boys from the grown-ups. The rivalry is renewed. Yankees, Dodgers, next on Fox.
Welcome to the Chevrolet pregame show on Fox. And a special thanks to Adam Sandler for helping voice over our Open. Of course, Grown Ups is out in theaters now. And a bunch of famous grown-ups are about to star on the small screen, including the birthday boy. Derek Jeter's 36 today. Age at 99, he dropped a fly ball and left last night, and he's good in BP. A-Rod, 593rd homer of his career last night, to set up a save for that man. And, of course, Joe staring over at the Core 4. Could be fun tonight on Fox. And with that, we welcome you to Los Angeles for a special Saturday night edition of Fox Saturday Baseball, alongside a 12-year Major League vet and one of the self-proclaimed idiots of the world champion Red Sox in 04, Kevin Millar. I am Chris Rose, and Kevin, most of our viewers will see the Yankees and the Dodgers. What are you keeping your eye on there?
Well, the Yanks are the Yanks. They're going to pitch, and they're going to hit homers. The Dodgers were 3 months in the season. What's their identity? Do they run? Do they hit? Do they field? Right now, Joe Torre's got to find some identity for Los Angeles Dodgers.
Why don't you call your boy Manny Ramirez and, figure out what their identity is, right?
Because he has 12 different numbers since I was teammates with
You
him.
can't get through?
No, they're all disconnected.
I get it. All right, now some of you are actually going to be sent up to Northern California to witness a pair of second-place teams up in San Francisco. Boston and Kevin Youkilis facing Kung Fu Panda and the Giants. San Francisco's won 15 of its last 19 at home, including the series opener last night. And before this game even starts, Boston has suffered yet another loss. All-star second baseman Dustin Pedroia could be out up to 6 weeks after breaking a bone in his left foot. That after he fouled off a pitch. Listen, Terry Francona's seen all sorts of injuries in his outfield. Now he loses arguably his best player, Kevin.
That is a tremendous loss right now for the Red Sox. Their hottest hitter just got done hitting 3 home runs the night before, but losing Dustin Pedroia, the energy, the spark plug, everything about what the Red Sox are about, and that's playing hard every night.
5'7", but man plays tall, doesn't he?
He plays tall. He plays about 6'4", MVP.
That's with the afro.
That's right.
Nice. All right, the rest of you are going to be sent off to the Windy City, where Paul Konerko and the White Sox, they've won 10 straight. Today, they're taking dead aim at Carlos Silva and the Cubs. And what's going on in the Cubs dugout? See what happened on the south side yesterday? Mount Zambrano, he erupted. He was just spewing venom at several teammates after a rocky first inning. Zambrano was immediately sent home, suspended indefinitely. The Cubs will play with 24 for now. When he comes back, if he comes back, it's going to be out of the bullpen. Kevin, you were with this team in spring training. What's their next move?
Well, what I do right now, I suspend him for 10 games, and when he comes back, I put him in the bullpen, bottom line. But he needs to apologize to the Chicago Cubs. He needs to apologize to Derek Lee one-on-one. And you know what? Then take the boys out to a steak dinner. Go have some beers, but get back on track. There's a lot of baseball left. There's 89 games. You're only 8.5 games out. But this is a family, and they got to get back on track somehow.
The problem here, Kevin, there's a track record. I mean, 2007, Michael Barrett, his catcher, and Carlos, they get into it. Punches are thrown. What happens? The Cubs 3 weeks later trade Barrett. So can this relationship be repaired, or is it done?
No, it can be repaired, but that's where Jim Henry or Lou Pennell have to address this right now. But it can be repaired because there's a lot of games left. If we were here in the second week of September, I'd say, you know what, see you later, go home for the year.
Well, can veterans get in this guy's face?
Yeah, but if you can, but you don't want to fight that guy. This guy's like Mike Tyson. Who wants to get beat up? I don't.
Good point. All right, let's show you some highlights that happened earlier on Saturday, starting in New York. And that's where Prince Harry threw out the first pitch. Actually had better stuff than the Mets starter, the former Twin Johan Santana. Joe Mauer tags him here. Santana lit up for 5 earned in 6 innings, but Carl Pavano was the story.
Unbelievable. He can spot his fastball, throws a great changeup to right-handed hitters, and has the best mustache going right now on the show.
6th career shutout. Last night, the Rays were no hit by Edwin Jackson. Here, it's Arizona's Justin Upton with a big hit. A solo shot, his 14th of the year, but Sean Rodriguez doing the damage for the Rays.
Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria, the only 300 hitters in the starting lineup for the Rays.
The Rays started the day 3 back of the Yankees in the AL East. They are up 5-3. That one in the top of the 9th. Hey, Kevin and I are going to keep you updated on all the games and highlights. Scores right here, so make sure you buckle up for safety. We have some work to do this evening.
I strapped up.
That away, buddy. We're going to send you out to either Chicago or San Francisco, but most of you are going to watch the Yankees and the Dodgers. Yeah, from black and white to in living color. They used to fight it out in the Bronx and Brooklyn, but tonight it'll be under the Hollywood sign. First pitch is next.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
For these cops, it's not just about getting the bad guy.
You got a plan B?
It's about getting out alive.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Seems to be a flaming truck of some sort.
The Good Guys are all new. Monday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Menards, your save big money headquarters. Take care of your car with items from Black Magic. They're all on sale. Choose from great products like Pro Shine Protectant, Tire Wet, or Wheel Cleaner for $3.99 each. Plus, buy any 2 Black Magic car care products, receive a $5 rebate. Keep your cooling bills low with DAP Alex Plus Caulk. It's great for stopping energy loss. It's paintable, flexible, and fast drying. White or clear are only 78 cents each after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When is feeling blue good? When you trade at Ford, you'll get 120% of our Kelley Blue Book trade-in value. 120% means you get the most for your trade on the hottest Fords, like the Fusion, Edge, or how about the Shelby, at doll prices. Where in new or used, nobody beats a doll trade. So start feeling blue and go to Ford, where blue turns into green. Nobody beats a doll deal and nobody beats a doll trade.
866-579-0253. The doll difference.
On a hot, humid Saturday night in Chicago, Fox Sports welcomes you to U.S. Cellular Field. It's the second of a 3-game interleague series between the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special primetime edition of Fox Saturday Baseball. Kenny Albert, along with Mark Grace. Well, the hottest team in baseball plays right here on the south side of Chicago. The White Sox have won 10 consecutive games and 14 of their last 15.
Yeah, just 2 short weeks ago, the White Sox were toiling 9.5 games out of first place. Now they find themselves a game and a half out. 2 weeks ago, Ozzie Guillen was rumored to be replaced. Now he's once again the toast of the south side.
Well, the White Sox won the series opener yesterday by a 6-0 score. A lot to talk about on the Cubs side, including the indefinite suspension of Carlos Zambrano. Never a dull moment when the White Sox and Cubs get together. It's next on Fox.
This is the card that bought the saw,
that cut the lumber,
that built the extra space I needed to store more produce,
that she sold to me to make my menu more organic.
And ink from Chase is the card that helped make it all happen. It's accepted in twice as many places worldwide as American Express, with reward points worth 25% more when redeemed for air travel through Ultimate Rewards. Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
Can a smartphone augment your reality? Can it see through walls? Locate restaurants and shops through your phone's viewfinder? Droid can with Layer. One of thousands of apps that run simultaneously with others from the ever-expanding Android market. When there's no limit to what Droid gets, there's no limit to what Droid does.
Right now, buy one Droid by Motorola and get a second one free. Only from Verizon.
Welcome to Greater Offshore Bank and Trust. Right now, we're offering you $500 just to open an account. We just need your most intimate personal information. Driver's license number. Do you have any credit cards on you? Just put both of those numbers right here. We're doing a DNA scan. We just need a hair sample. Great, let me put that in there. Your first boyfriend, just a yes or no, whether or not he broke your heart.
Let's go. Come on, hurry up. No, I'm not ready.
Before you take it on your road trip, we take it on ours. This summer, put your family in an exceptionally engineered Mercedes-Benz, now for an exceptional price during the summer event, like the 2010 C-Class, an IIHS top safety pick.
Making his first start of this season.
Oh, well, I'm going out west where I belong.
The 2010 All-Star Game. Live Tuesday, July 13th. Only on Fox.
Back in Chicago, the Cubs with a record of 32-41. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Kosuke Fukudome leads off, followed by Marlon Byrd. Then the DH Derek Lee, Xavier Nady in the cleanup spot. Aramis Ramirez bats fifth. Then Alfonso Soriano, Starlin Castro, Giovanni Soto, and Ryan Terrio. The batting order for the Cubs. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the first inning. The beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Budweiser, it's what we do. As Kosuke Fukudome steps in against the 33-year-old right-hander Freddie Garcia, who has won his last 5 starts. And Fukudome fouls it off to the right side. 0-1. Garcia in 13 starts with a record of 8-3. And an earned run average of 4.85. Mark, the sprint pitcher profile for Freddie Garcia.
Well, as he's gotten older, he's out with the power and he's in with the finesse. Used to be one of the harder throwers in the game. And now he's gone to more throwing some off-speed pitches, hitting the corners. Can't just throw fastballs by people like he used to be able to. And he's also exceeded expectations, Kenny. Who would have thought a number 5 starter, because that was tapped to first base.
Pinarco with the foot. Garcia covering one away.
But who would have thought a number 5 starter coming into this season could already have 8 victories for you? So he's certainly exceeded those expectations.
And those 8 wins, Mark, have come during the months of May and June. Did not win a game in April.
That's exactly right. He's winner of 5 straight starts. And he is one hot White Sox.
White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen, his club has won 10 in a row. 14 of their last 15, and the White Sox during interleague play are 14-2. Here's Marlon Byrd. And Byrd, the second leading hitter in the National League, takes a called strike from Freddie Garcia. 0-1. 0 for 4 in yesterday's game, batting .319 this season. Trailing only Martin Prado of the Atlanta Braves.
Been a very good pickup for the Cubs. Had a big year last year for the Texas Rangers. He came on over when Rudy Jaramillo came over as well. That's the hitting coach for the Cubs. One of the best in the game.
Right center. Quentin makes the catch for out number 2. As we check out the White Sox defensively, brought to you by Scott's. Pierre in left, Rios in center, Quentin in right. Canerco at first base, Beckham at second, Ramirez at short, Vizquel at third, and the battery of Garcia and Castro. With 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, here's Derek Lee. And he falls behind 0-1.
Strike one after strike one. That's how you have 8 wins in late June. Just continue to pound the strike zone and get ahead.
In case you missed it yesterday, and I don't think there's anybody in the city that did not see it.
Did something happen here yesterday that we didn't hear about?
Something involving Derek Lee and Cubs starting pitcher Carlos Zambrano. And excuse me, check swing. It's Canerco to Garcia. An easy 9-pitch, 1-2-3 first for 8-game winner Freddie Garcia.
This place is great. So many cute guys here. Do you smell bacon? Oh, yeah. It's a bacon club chalupa. Guys love bacon. Like, that's really gonna work. Come on.
Hi. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
What is that you're wearing? It's intoxicating.
Taco Bell's Bacon Club Chalupa is back. Bacon lovers rejoice.
Smells good.
She has this thing about bugs.
No. I do not have a thing about bugs. I have a thing about bugs in our house.
We used to call him Exterminator.
Oh, now I go Ortho, Home Defense Max. I use it once inside to kill the bugs.
Stops them dead.
Guaranteed. And outside to keep new ones from moving in. That's up to 12 months protection against bugs.
And 12 months of keeping our house to ourselves.
Until your mother comes.
Right. Ortho Home Defense Max.
Defend what's yours.
At Toyota, we care about your safety. That's why we're investing $1 million every hour to improve our technology and your safety. It's an investment that's helped Toyota earn multiple top safety pick awards for 2010 by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. No other brand has won more. These top safety picks and all our new safety innovations are available at toyota.com/safety.
The 10-game winning streak for the White Sox, their longest since May of 1976. Sox with a record of 38-34. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Juan Pierre will lead off, the former Cub, followed by 43-year-old Omar Vizquel. Alex Rios hits third. Paul Canerco in the cleanup spot. Then Carlos Quentin, Mark Kotsay, the DH, Alexei Ramirez, Ramon Castro, and Gordon Beckham as the White Sox get set to face 31-year-old right-hander Carlos Silva. Like Freddie Garcia, an 8-game winner so far this season. And Silva's pitcher profile is brought to you by Sprint.
Well, Carlos Silva has been fabulous as a Chicago Cub, and what a turnaround. He was just having a miserable time up in Seattle. But he came back over to the National Leagues doing some good things, and now with Carlos Zambrano suspended indefinitely, who is the ace of this Cubs staff? My vote, Carlos Silva.
The Cubs are 10-3 in Silva's 13 starts. He won only 5 games the last 2 seasons combined with Seattle. And gets set to face Juan Pierre, Omar Vizquel, and Alex Rios here in the bottom of the first inning as Pierre takes ball 1.
You'll see a good moving fastball from Silva, as well as a changeup and a breaking ball.
Pierre looking to bunt his way on. Now 1-1.
Juan Pierre, a guy that Carlos Silva has to really pay the most attention to. He's a guy, if he gets on base, he scores. That's the kind of speed he has, and he can just wreak havoc when he gets on base.
On one hop, nice play by Xavier Nady. Takes it to the bag to retire Juan Pierre.
Usually you see Derek Lee out there at first base, but he's the DH today. Xavier Nady, a outfielder by trade, but he made a nice play on that sharp ground ball off the bat of Juan Pierre.
And one of the plays in question in Zambrano's mind in the first inning yesterday, the ball hit down the line by Pierre, which went for a leadoff double.
that in that situation when Pierre hitting, first baseman has to be close and up on the grass. The ball went right over the bag. There's not a first baseman alive that could have made the play. But yet, Zambrano was not happy. And the thing that's disappointing about Zambrano in that situation is that man, Derek Lee, he's a Gold Glove first baseman. He has probably, because that one's lifted foul, that'll go into the seats. But you see the plays there. He's a little upset about things. Yeah, a little upset about things. Okay. Here we go. Well, later on, he confronted Derek Lee in the dugout. And Derek Lee, I think over the course of those two guys being teammates, and that is Zambrano Lee, has probably saved Carlos Zambrano at least 200 runs with his glove.
Terrio over to Nady to retire Vizquel, now 2 away. Defensively for the Cubs tonight, brought to you by Scott's. In the outfield, Soriano, Bird, and Fukudome. Nady at first with Lee the DH. Terrio at second, Castro at short, Ramirez at third, and Giovanni Soto behind the plate. Alex Rios steps in for the White Sox. And you mentioned Mark Lee, a 3-time Gold Glove Award winner. And as you alluded to, Lou Piniella told us that Lee was pinching with Pierre at bat in the first inning in case of a bunt.
And Juan Pierre is not a pull hitter. He's a guy that slaps the ball up the middle the other way. Well, he got something off speed. So you're going to be playing him off the line. You're going to be playing him close to the plate, playing him shallow. And he just happened to hit one over the bag that Lee had no chance on. And like I said, Carlos Zambrano's got to realize just how valuable a defender that Derek Lee is. How quickly you forget when you give up 4 runs in an inning.
Among the 4 runs allowed in the first inning by Zambrano, a 3-run home run off the bat of Carlos Quentin.
On an 0-2 pitch.
Yep. Silva missing away now, 2-2.
Maybe Derek Lee should have gotten his face about making that pitch. Hopefully everything will work out. Lou Piniella was certainly not happy with the way things were going. That's a beautiful inning there from Silva.
So Rios down on strikes. Garcia retired the Cubs in order, and now Silva does the same for the White Sox on 12 pitches.
Look, the guy at the gas station ain't waving to you because he's your friend. Guess what? He's got his hand in your wallet. He makes money on gas. You lose money on gas, okay? So here's something to wipe that smile off his face. Introducing the all-new 2011 Super Duty. Now with 2 all-new Ford-built engines. Gas or diesel, they've got the most horsepower, the most torque, and they've also got the best fuel economy. Hey, who's your friend now? The all-new Super Duty.
First is the beginning. First leads. First kicks open the door and possibilities follow. Other than curiosity, nothing comes before first. The greatest thing since first is first. First resets everything. First takes us places we've never been. We all want first. First isn't later, it's now. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Airbender starts Thursday.
Fox Saturday Baseball is sponsored by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. By the all-new 2011 Super Duty, built Ford tough. And by Sprint, the Now Network. Kenny Albert, Mark Grace back in Chicago. Both sides retired in order in the first, and now Xavier Nady will lead off against Freddie Garcia here in the top of the second inning. White Sox won yesterday's game 6-0. Cubs, Mark, have now been shut out in 3 of their last 6 games.
Yeah, Lou Piniella begging for some hits and some hits with runners in scoring position. Just hasn't happened. Now, to their defense, they have run into some awfully good pitching of late, especially up in Seattle. King Felix, Felix Hernandez, Cliff Lee, then Jake Peavy yesterday afternoon was dominant. He's starting to throw the ball like Jake Peavy again.
Carlos Silva was supposed to pitch, scheduled to pitch against his former team. Would have been matched up against Felix Hernandez in Seattle earlier this week, but due to back tightness, Silva's start was pushed back a couple of days. Ironic in that Carlos Zambrano was today's scheduled starter. There's Jake Peavy in the White Sox dugout. So had Silva's back not tightened up,
we might not
have
had that
issue. The whole thing doesn't happen yesterday involving Zambrano and Lee.
Interesting how things like that work out. You kind of do the right, well, you do the right thing by taking that spot, taking the baseball. But unfortunately, the temper got the best of him in a 4-run first, and he was sent home and not invited back.
Nady leading off for the Cubs here in the second with Aramis Ramirez waiting on deck. Payoff pitch from Garcia. On the ground to the second baseman Beckham. And Nady is retired. Time now for our 4 keys to today's game.
Well, the Chicago Cubs, well, they've got to swing the bats. They've got to do a better job of scoring some runs. And forget about Z. Not only forget about what happened yesterday, but you're going to have to forget about him in the future as well. So you got to forget about Z's past, which was yesterday, and you got to forget about him for the future for a while. He is suspended indefinitely. He's not going to be around for a while.
Cubs playing with a 24-man roster. Ball 1 to Aramis Ramirez, who returned from the disabled list yesterday on his 32nd birthday.
And then also we talked about the Sox. They're having a June surge. Around here in Chicago, there's something very famous as that one's swatted foul. There's a famous saying around here on both sides of town, on the north side for the Cubs, south side for the White Sox, and that is there's a term called the June swoon. And a lot of famous teams, well, they start to fall fast in the standings in June. Well, not the White Sox. The White Sox are surging and they're nearing first place here in June. And I'll tell you what, it's got a lot of people's attention here on the south side of Chicago. Ozzy's done a great job of turning this team around. Well, it's a confident bunch when you're around them, too.
There's Jake Peavy, who won yesterday's game. 21 consecutive scoreless innings for Peavy. Pierre moving to his right, and he makes the catch to retire Ramirez. Time for a DirecTV game break. We head to Los Angeles. Chris Rose and Kevin Millar, guys.
All right, Kenny, in L.A. Mark Teixeira, it hurts to even look.
You can't do that to big Mark Teixeira, who's starting to heat up.
Yeah, he's hitting just .233, but that's 13 homers. This one gives the Yankees a 3-0 lead. Remember, to see every baseball game in HD, call 1-800-DirecTV. Back on out to Kenny and Gracie.
So the Yankees off to a good start in the first inning after winning last night's game on an Alex Rodriguez home run.
They just continue to pound the baseball. They continue to pound the National League.
Former Yankee Alfonso Soriano at the plate, tied for the team lead in both home runs and runs batted in.
Yeah, when 35 RBIs is your team leader, that's a low number.
Tied with Marlon Byrd with those 35 runs batted in. Garcia has retired the first 5 Cubs he has faced tonight. He's 4-0 lifetime in 5 starts against the Cubs. Missing low and away, now 2-2.
As we get into evening here, it's still plenty hot at U.S. Cellular. You can see Freddie working up a big lather.
Base hit into left field, first hit of the game. Soriano on his way to second. No throw from Pierre, a stand-up double.
It looked like Pierre had a little bit of difficulty with this base hit. I don't know if Soriano was going to be going all the way, but a slight bobble, and that's all it takes for Soriano to get into second base. Be interesting to see if they call that a single and an error or just a straight double.
So the Cubs with a 2-out base runner as the 20-year-old shortstop Starlin Castro steps in. Castro started 43 consecutive days before getting the last 2 games off. Batting .255 for the season. Well, Pierre was charged with an error, his first of the season, so it goes in the books as a single and an E7.
It kind of looked to me like Soriano was plenty happy with a single, and then once he saw the bobble, and it's good heads-up base running by Soriano, he never stopped, but he just kept going once that happened.
On the ground to the shortstop, Ramirez fires across, and that will do it for the Cubs in the second. Soriano is stranded. When we come back, a visit from one of the greatest players in White Sox history, the Big Hurt, when we return to Chicago.
Well, it all comes down to this penalty kick. Wait, what's this? It's the old distract the goalie trick. Oh, they've been one-upped with an icy cold Budweiser. Oh, that is tantalizing. Wide right! Those fans have done it! Pure brilliance!
Waterproof and sweatproof sunscreen can wear out, leaving skin vulnerable. Neutrogena Ultimate Sport with Helioplex provides the highest average UVA, UVB protection and is also 3 times more waterproof than testing standards. Neutrogena Ultimate Sport.
12 summers of boat hauling, 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobil 1. The choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car. Mobil 1.
This is the card that bought the saw.
That cut the lumber.
That built the extra space I needed to store more produce.
That she sold to me to make my menu more organic.
And ink from Chase is the card that helped make it all happen. It's accepted in twice as many places worldwide as American Express, with reward points worth 25% more when redeemed for air travel through Ultimate Rewards. Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
It's a tough choice, Edward or Jacob. But pick the right side of the BK Clips game and you can win tasty food, a new Volvo, $100 grand, or tons of other prizes. Every game piece has a chance to win. Available with any BK value meal. Start playing today.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet, is sponsored by Budweiser with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Back in Chicago, bottom of the second inning with the Cubs and White Sox scoreless. Middle of the order for the White Sox against Carlos Silva with Paul Konerko leading off. As we welcome into the booth one of the great all-time White Sox. And the only man with more home runs in a White Sox uniform than Paul Konerko. Frank Thomas is with us, 5-time All-Star. Thanks for joining us, Frank.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
How you doing, Biggin?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a great summer.
hanging out in the ballpark. Didn't realize what retirement life would be like.
And you're involved in some television work as well, so you get to follow the White Sox on a day-to-day basis.
I've been watching this every day. 15 days ago, we were talking about the trades we might have to make. 15 days later, we go 14 out of 15 games, and now we're talking about adding players.
Isn't it amazing how quickly it can turn around? Now, the Sox always had pitching this year, but they really struggle with the bats. Have you noticed, is that mainly the biggest change? The guys are starting to swing the bats?
Well, they changed everything. They took away most of the power. They took out Jermaine Dye and Jim Thome, but they put added guys who were just contact hitters. It didn't work at first, but now everybody seems to hit their groove, and a lot of big 2-out hits. They've been getting 10, 12 hits a game, and the pitching staff has been totally dominant. So this has been a special season so far up to this point.
Look at White Sox general manager Kenny Williams as Carlos Quentin fouls it off. Quentin with a home run in each of the last 3 games. He's certainly picked up the pace.
Carlos is talented. I had him out with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but he's a bit of a mystery to me. What do you think, Frank?
He's a dangerous man.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now. He has that presence. And when he gets hot, he can carry ball, club. And, this week I've seen him hit a slider over the right field line drive wall, change up, 20 rows back, fastball, straight center field, home run. I mean, the guy's dangerous. He's definitely a presence.
He's got unlimited power.
Frank, you played in 33 of these games, the Windy City rivalry. How much fun was it to play against the Cubs?
It was a lot of fun. If you couldn't get up for these games, you couldn't get up at all because, this city really treats this as a prelude to the World Series here because, they really get after each other. Gracie can tell you.
And these series that I played in, I was in the 13 years with the Cubs. I was in the playoffs twice, in '89 and '98. Well, really, '89 there was no interleague play at the time. So for 12 of my 13 years, this was my World Series. This was, it was sellouts and whatnot. It looked like Carlos Quentin just got hit by a pitch, I guess. That's what Bill
he was hit on the hand, and Luke Piniella does not agree.
That happens quite a bit. He's always getting hit.
9th time this season, Frank. What do you think?
Well, they're saying I'm sure Lou's saying he swung at it.
Believe me, Carlos didn't want to go to first base.
Bill Hahn, the home plate umpire tonight.
This place is rocking.
They really stopped, the night games of this series. You remember years back, all the fights and all the rest and everything else. They stopped this night series thing.
There for a while, Kenny and folks at home, Wrigley Field and U.S. Cellular Field, it was just filled with haymakers during this series. It was a great rivalry, though, wasn't it, Frank?
Well, coming upstairs to meet you guys, they already arrested 3 or 4 people already.
Really?
We're talking to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and they got 4 or 5 arrests already.
Well, Bill Hahn's call stands, and Carlos Quentin is a 1-out base runner.
Mark Kotsay at the plate. Kotsay, the White Sox designated hitter tonight. As Silva throws over to first. Frank, the All-Star game coming up on Fox in a couple of weeks, and you represented the White Sox in the Midsummer Classic 5 times. In fact, you were the first White Sox to hit a home run in an All-Star game back in 1995, and that brings a smile to your face. What do you remember about that night?
Good times, good times. The world's watching, and you hit a home run in an All-Star game. There's no better feeling.
What city was that in?
Texas.
Texas.
Off John Smiley.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Very proud that night.
Quentin goes, and Kotsay fouls it off.
Oz again, pressing the accelerator a little bit there, playing hit and run with Kotsay. Quentin was on the move, and Kotsay's struggled a bit this year. 216 for him. He's a much better hitter than that. So a lot of times when a guy's struggling, go ahead and maybe force it a little bit with him, put on a hit and run.
Well, I've watched him all year long. He's hit a lot of balls that were caught, a lot of line drives, a lot of balls that were warning track, but he really, struck them well. He's put the bat on the ball all season long. So, that 216 is not really reflecting what he's been doing all season.
It could easily be better.
Oh, yeah, much better.
One and two on Kotsay with 1 out. Quentin the runner on first. Bottom of the 2nd inning with no score. Now 2-2.
What are some of your favorite memories here, Frank?
Just watching the park the way it is right now, just filled. I was blessed to play on a lot of winning teams.
Yes, you did.
You know, played for a lot of exciting managers, had a lot of great teammates. You know, it's always an honor to come back here, and I'm just happy to still be a part of this organization.
Sure. Well, you were one of the main reasons why you guys were on so many great teams. Who's your favorite manager you played for?
It's got to be Ozzie, you know, because Ozzie kept it fun. You know,
yeah.
And the one thing about Ozzie, he hasn't changed as a player to a manager. Most guys become managers, a totally different player.
How was
different
that?
person, not Ozzie again. It was weird at first because I played 11 years with the guy, but he had his way of like calling me inside, you know, saying, well, I got to do this or I got to do that.
Right.
And we kept it great. I really enjoyed playing for him. And he was motivating, and he knew when I needed a break. We fought about that a little bit at first. Of days he wanted to get me off, but it made a lot of sense in the long run.
Kotsay retired as Quentin moves to second, so now 2 away for Alexei Ramirez. As we take a look back at Frank Thomas's Hall of Fame career. 16 seasons with the White Sox, 2-time American League Most Valuable Player.
Seems like yesterday.
Oh, it was. It was.
Well, it's funny now we sit in the booth, Gracie. I remember years ago we were sitting out here talking it up at first base in between the Classic.
I remember. We shared this city for, what, almost 13 years, something like that.
Now, during these Cubs-White Sox games, you guys ever leave messages for each other in the dirt around first base?
Oh, this guy's a character. So he always kept the game fun. That's why he had such a great career. You know, he kept the game fun. He was a hard player. And, boy, he got a lot of big hits against us.
Castro across. And Ramirez is safe. The throw pulled Nady off the bag.
No, Castro has to go to his left. Just kind of gets a little lazy with the throw. Drops down sidearm a little bit. And I think that might be a little inexperience also at first base for Xavier Nady. Most first basemen are going to try to keep their foot on the bag in this situation and stretch it out. It really didn't look to me like Nady had to come that far off the bag, Frank. You know, as a former first baseman, I think he could have stayed on the bag and just caught the ball.
He probably
could
have, but you know, this is a young shortstop. They brought this guy early this year.
Right.
He was 20 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. When you got D-Lee over there 6'6" every night, he's not used to the smaller Nady.
That's true. Going hard all the way there is Ramirez, avoiding the tag and doing a little umpiring as well. Good call there, Alexei.
10 straight wins. Everything seems to be going our way right now.
Nady starting at first for only the 5th time this season. So first and third, 2 outs. 1-0 to Ramon Castro in for a called strike. Now 1-1. How have you enjoyed the TV work, Frank?
It's been fun. You know, it's been very easy because, you know, we're doing what we always do, and that's talk baseball.
Right.
There's a lot of talking of baseball in these clubhouses because there's a lot of hours spent, and I was definitely one of the guys that stayed in there a long time.
Castro pops it into shallow right. Fukudomi under it. Frank, thanks for stopping by.
It's a pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure, my
Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, and we'll return to Chicago after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
My kind of track. Chicagoland Speedway's NASCAR weekend packages are on sale now, so call 888-629-RACE or visit chicagolandspeedway.com and get in on the sports experience that won't let you down. Chicagoland Speedway, my kind of track.
Don't be alarmed, this is just a test. Green Chrysler is your savings headquarters, and we've been given an extra shipment of Chryslers. We must sell 300 vehicles with 0% financing for 72 months or $5,000 in rebates with 700 vehicles in stock. Just look at these deals, a new 2010 Chrysler 300 Touring or a 2010 Town & Country LX. Your choice is $22,988. That's right, your choice is $22,988. You gotta go green. Green Chrysler Avenue of the Cities in East Moline.
Here's the list.
Need anything else from Farm and Fleet?
That'll do it. Don't dawdle.
I don't even know what that means.
Whenever you shop Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you're sure to find value.
Right now, save $3 on a gallon of Legend interior or exterior paint. A 4-pack of Sureline paint roller covers is only $3.99. And Red Devil King Caulk is also just $3.99.
Let's see, V-belt, wrench.
The office is branching out.
I feel very blessed.
And they're delivering the goods 5 times a week.
That's what she said.
The Office.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
This fall, get in on the fun. Get to know the lingo.
Sticky flapjack.
Sacramento turtleneck, a greasy kayak.
Don't make it sound ridiculous. It's a cockamouse.
How I Met Your Mother. Get into it 5 days a week.
Coming this fall to Fox 18. The Doctors are in. Weekdays at 5 on Fox 18.
Back in Chicago with no score. Top of the 3rd inning. Giovanni Soto leading off against Freddie Garcia. Soto batting .264. With 8 home runs. He'll be followed by Terrio and then Fukudome. Cubs with 1 base runner over the first 2 innings. After getting shut out in yesterday's game on only 3 hits.
Good breaking ball there from Garcia.
You may notice the number 20,000 on the right sleeve of Soto.
Yeah, there's more people here than that. What's that all about?
A couple more, right? Well, this is the 20,000th game in Cubs history. They are the first Major League franchise to reach the 20,000 mark, 20,000th regular season game in Cubs history. Soto down on strikes. First strikeout for Freddie Garcia. There's the Cubs all-time record. 23 opponents no longer exist. There have been 1,873 players in franchise history. 46 Hall of Famers, 53 managers. And if you total up all the runs, over 12,000 miles. And Mark, you played in nearly 2,000 of the 20,000 games, 1,910 for the Chicago Cubs.
That's kind of cool. 20,000.
You did not play in the first game,
no.
Like on April 25th, 1876 at Louisville. 4-0 Cubs win that day.
I just feel like I played that long ago.
I don't think you were there.
That's kind of a cool little thing. Put the patch on there on the sleeve. It's good talking points.
Next on the list, the Braves at 19,965 in 3 cities. Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. As Terrio strikes out. 2 away here in the Cubs' 3rd. Time now, Mark, for our Mercedes-Benz trivia question. Before this season, before last night, who was the only other team to be no-hit twice in one season with a perfect game? And of course, the Tampa Bay Rays were no-hit last night by Edwin Jackson of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the team that you follow on a regular basis, although you were not there last night because you were here in Chicago.
Exactly. Had to have been an interesting one. He walked 8, gave up no hits, and threw 149 pitches. So let's hope that it's not a no-hitter last night and Tommy John surgery here today.
Eight walks, 6 strikeouts. Most pitches in a major league game in 5 years.
They said he was still throwing 94 miles an hour in the 9th inning. I think the adrenaline was flowing.
Fukudome with a base hit up the middle. A 2-out base runner for the Cubs. So the Tampa Bay Rays, who were no hit by Mark Burley, who pitched a perfect game against Tampa Bay last July, and then again earlier this season, Dallas Braden with a perfect game against Tampa. Burley with the 18th perfect game in Major League history. There have been 2 and nearly a third this season. Already 4 no-hitters. Probably should have been a 5th.
Oh, I don't
the
think
record
there's any
is 7.
question.
1990 and 91. 7 no-hitters in Major League Baseball in each of those seasons.
Well, the teeter-totter's starting to go to the pitcher's side again in baseball. And I think that's direct correlation to testing for performance-enhancing drugs. And I think it's a good thing.
Frank Thomas very outspoken towards the end of his career about those who were involved with performance-enhancing drugs. When he retired, he said, "I hit my 521 home runs the right way.
And I hit my 174. But then good for Frank. You know, he was never mentioned. You never heard his name mentioned. You never heard Ken Griffey Jr.'s name mentioned. And that's a good thing. That's why Frank Thomas is one of the guys I really respect.
And should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
I don't think there's any question. Yes, he was a DH, but in my mind, he was one of the most dominating hitters. Put up Babe Ruthian numbers for about a 6-7 year stretch. And for that, I think he should be enshrined in Cooperstown.
In fact, you look at players who finished with a career average of 300 or better, 500 home runs, 1,500 RBIs, and 1,500 walks. Frank Thomas and Babe Ruth are 2 of the 4 who reached all of those milestones, along with Ted Williams and Mel Ott. 300 average, 500 home runs, 1,500 runs batted in, 1,500 walks.
I think that's the case closed right there. I hope he invites me. I'd like to go. But one of my old teammates is going in this year, Andre Dawson, the Hawk.
Have you ever been to Cooperstown?
I have. I actually was there for Ryan Sandberg's induction a couple of years ago.
You ever play in the Hall of Fame game?
I did. Early in my career in the late 80s. I don't. Do they even play that Hall of Fame game anymore? I don't think they do.
Not in the same form.
Right. But yeah, you go to Cooperstown, you play an exhibition game against a chosen opponent in the oldest ballpark in the country. Just kind of something special about going where the game was invented.
An old-timers all-star game was held a couple of weeks ago at Cooperstown. Bob Feller took part in that game, among others.
Did he really? He's still out there throwing it. He's in his 90s, correct?
I think he's 91.
Okay.
Fukudome takes his lead off first and a pitch out. Now 2-2. One more note on the Tampa Bay Rays getting no hit for the second time this season. Only once in baseball history has a team been no hit twice in one season and made it to the playoffs. The 1917 White Sox.
So the odds aren't with them, but they're having a great year.
2.5 games behind the Yankees in the American League East. 2-2 to Bird. And he fouls it off to the right side. So Fukudome will return to first. No score. Cubs and White Sox, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning here in Chicago on this day after the indefinite suspension of Cubs starter Carlos Zambrano. And oh, by the way, the White Sox won the game 6-0.
Behind Jake Peavy's dominant start.
Fukudome goes. The 2-2 is a called strike 3. So Garcia strikes out the side in the 3rd. We'll hear from Lou Piniella coming up.
Let's go. Come on. Hurry up. No, I'm not ready.
Before you take it on your road trip, we take it on ours. This summer, put your family in an exceptionally engineered Mercedes-Benz, now for an exceptional price during the summer event, like the 2010 C-Class, an IIHS top safety pick.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a former drill sergeant make a terrible therapist?
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Tissue? Cry, baby.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
It's pain relief without the pills.
No pills, no pain. How can you get pain relief without taking pills around the clock? Try Thermacare heat wraps for all-day relief without pills.
I was surprised. Thermacare worked all day.
You feel the heat and it relaxes and unlocks the muscle. You gotta try it. Thermacare. More effective for back pain than the maximum dose of acetaminophen, the medicine, and Tylenol. Go to thermacare.com today for a $3 off coupon. Thermacare. No pills, no pain. Just relief.
Your friends. Your family. You're next.
I'm not sick!
Let's get out of here.
The Crazies on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday.
It's the biggest cooking show in the world, a phenomenon in over 110 countries. And now, it's finally here, introducing MasterChef.
Anybody here that's not nervous, get nervous.
Gordon Ramsay is searching for America's undiscovered cooking talent.
What I want to see is passion to be the best.
Who will go from amateur chef?
I am a physician.
A construction worker.
I'm a mom.
To MasterChef.
Cook the dish of your life.
MasterChef starts cooking Tuesday, July 27th on Fox.
Bottom of the third inning here in Chicago, with Gordon Beckham leading off for the White Sox against Carlos Silva. Beckham hit his second home run of the season in yesterday's game after going 211 at-bats without a home run. And there's a base hit to the wall in right center. Beckham around second, on his way to third. The throw is not in time. A leadoff triple to lead off the bottom of the third inning for Beckham.
Well, he gets a fastball in the middle of the plate and drives it into the gap. And once it gets into the gap, Beckham turns on the Jets. Good relay there from Fukudome. Terrio's throw just not in time to get Beckham, who was flying. Goodness gracious, this is fun to watch. I didn't have that extra gear, Kenny.
No? I think you have it now, though.
Oh, yeah.
First triple this season for Beckham. He had one last year. Juan Pierre grounded out to the first baseman, Nady, his first time up. Speaking of Nady, remember the play back in the second inning when we had Frank Thomas in the booth when ball hit by Alexi Ramirez, and the throw from Castro pulled Nady off the bag. It was changed to an E6, an error on the shortstop Castro. And now Pierre pops out to the second baseman Ryan Theriot. We spoke moments ago with Cubs skipper Lou Piniella, coming off the Carlos Zambrano incident and indefinite suspension yesterday. We asked Lou if he has spoken to Carlos sometime today.
Well, I'll wait to speak to him. I haven't spoken to him yet, but look, what happened yesterday was very unfortunate, and it shouldn't have happened. I was sick about it all night.
Let's talk about today's game and the guy that's on the mound for you today, Carlos Silva. He's had a special season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has, Mark. He's really pitched well, and the amazing part about it is the last couple ball games he's gotten beat, and actually he's thrown the ball as well, or better than he was earlier in the year. So he's 8-2, and he's certainly one of the pitchers here that should be considered for an all-star game berth.
Lou, another Cub having an all-star type season is your center fielder, Marlon Byrd.
He's done well. He really has. We got him from Texas over the winter, and he's done a real nice job for us. He's got some energy, and he plays hard, and he's been productive.
Okay, thanks, Lou. Great to see you.
Thanks. Nice seeing both of you. Thanks, Mark.
Lou Piniella, our former colleague here at Fox. Line drive is caught by Castro off the bat of Vizquel. keeping Beckham at third.
Well, what a gorgeous play there by Castro. That was a bullet off the bat of Omar Vizquel. Just diving, sprawling to his left. And now all of a sudden, Carlos Silva close to pitching around what just looked like a certain 1-0 ball game here. He's an out away from escaping this.
Facing Alex Rios, who struck out his first time up on a base hit into center field. Beckham scores easily. The White Sox take a 1-0 lead. RBI number 40 for Alex Rios.
And when you've won 10 in a row, you get the big 2-out hits. Doesn't have to hit it hard, just bounces it up the box. Into center field it goes. He was 1 out away, but Alex Rios made sure it was a 1-0 ball game, and Sox fans making big noise now.
So Beckham with a leadoff triple. Silva then retired Pierre and Vizquel, but Rios with the 2-out run-scoring single. And now Paul Konerko, who lined out to Silva his first time up. On the play before Mark, Vizquel, the 43-year-old, lining out to the shortstop Castro. Vizquel made his major league debut in April of '89 before Starlin Castro was born. Castro born in March of '90.
Wow. That hurts. That hurts to hear. Well, he still looks like he's in his 20s. He's got a little hole in his haircut, but he still looks like he's in his 20s. Still plays the game like he's 20. What a great player he's been.
The oldest position player in Major League Baseball. 2 pitchers are older than Omar. Jamie Moyer is 47, and Tim Wakefield 43. Over 2,500 career starts at shortstop, playing third base for the White Sox today. Two balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 3rd inning, 1 run in on 2 hits. The White Sox with a 1-0 lead.
And just another workmanlike, terrific year out of their first baseman, Paul Konerko.
Konerko 3rd in the American League in home runs, 3rd in runs batted in, and terrific lifetime numbers against the Cubs.
That changeup from Silva dives down and away. Over the top of it goes Konerko. But boy, you make a mistake to Konerko, he just consistently hits him in the seats.
337 times as a member of the White Sox. Sends this one to deep center, but Bird is right there. And the White Sox are retired, but not before they score a run on 2 hits and lead the Cubs 1-0 through 3.
This is your first lesson. You never remember the beginning of a dream.
From the director of The Dark Knight.
How did you get here?
We're dreaming?
Inception.
You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Rated PG-13 in theaters and IMAX July 16th.
Hey, chances are if you're towing 12 tons of something, it's probably pretty important to you. That's your livelihood back there, okay? So you're gonna want to keep it from swaying back and forth like hippies around a campfire. No sweat. Introducing the all-new 2011 Super Duty. It's got the most towing power and now an advanced trailer sway control system. And it's standard. Yeah, that'll take the white out of your knuckles. Kumbaya, baby. The all-new Super Duty.
I wanted to paint my whole room this color.
Yep, she wanted to paint her whole room that color. So we went to Lowe's.
I just told them that we could find a really great purple out of one of our color palettes that we have arranged by room. It's called Rocker Girl.
Cynthia was great.
It goes with your outfit.
It does,
right?
My room looks awesome.
And the price was awesome.
Oh, and our everyday low prices are guaranteed. What do you think? Can I dye my hair purple?
Experience.
No.
Lowe's. Let's build something together.
That's all you, Mom.
Take care of your engine.
and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One A Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure.
Whoa.
Kinda makes your heart race, huh?
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
Today's game is sponsored by Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. Hard on weeds, easy on you. By Warner Brothers Pictures. Inception, The Dream is Real. In theaters July 16th. And by One A Day Men's, the official multivitamin of Major League Baseball, specially formulated for men. Top of the 4th inning, with the White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0. Derek Lee leads things off against Freddie Garcia. Lee bounced out to the first baseman Konerko, his first time up. Lee, Nady, and Ramirez for the Cubs here in the 4th. As we welcome in live from the White Sox dugout, tomorrow's scheduled starting pitcher, John Danks, a 13-game winner last year, 7-5 so far this season. John, thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys, appreciate you having me.
Here's the 0-2 from Garcia to Lee, and for Freddie Garcia, strikeout number 4. And John, Freddie has been tremendous. Your entire rotation during this 10-game winning streak has been. Talk about what Freddie has been able to do so far today.
I tell you what, he's been great. He's been our stopper all year, and you know, he's doing it again right now. He's going out there and shutting them down right now. So hopefully we can score a few more runs, and Freddie can do the rest.
John, it's been just a couple of weeks ago that you guys were 9.5 games behind the Minnesota Twins. Now you find yourself a game and a half. In your mind, what's been the biggest reason for this turnaround and this surge?
Oh, I don't know. We're hitting and scoring runs. I mean, I don't know. We're just playing good baseball right now.
10 straight wins, 14 out of 15. We were talking to you between innings, and we hear some chuckling in the background as we take a look at the current standings. I'm sure you guys are a very loose bunch right now. What's going on down there?
Oh, we're winning some ball games. We're having fun. So
what about right now in the dugout? What's happening?
I got Burley, AJ, Peavy, and everybody. Uncle.
You made the mistake of wearing the microphone, didn't you?
I know it.
You know, Kotze is wearing a mic for you today as well. They're not aiming at Mark.
Not yet. Man, I'm going to need a shower after this.
A human target. Here's Aramis Ramirez with 2 outs. And Ramirez sends it into left. Juan Pierre makes the catch. John, can you stick with us in the next half inning? Only a 7-pitch 4th for Freddie. Can you stay with us?
All right.
Tell Peavy I said he's just jealous.
All right, I will.
A few years ago, I got a wake-up call. A heart attack at 57. That was a rough time. My doctor told me I should have been doing more for my high cholesterol. You should have listened. You're right. Now I'm eating healthier, and I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor may help. Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke in patients who have heart disease or risk factors for heart disease. Lipitor is backed by over 18 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
My dad learned the hard way, but you may be able to do something.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Everyone deserves to be safe. That's why every Toyota now comes with the Star Safety System Standard. It's a combination of 5 accident avoidance technologies.
The Star Safety System is something that's standard on 100% of Toyota vehicles. We always think of safety, even in the concept design of our vehicles.
The Star Safety System, now standard. Because we know there's nothing more important to you than your safety. All our new safety features are at toyota.com/safety.
Airbender, your time is now.
This Thursday, the summer's biggest 3D event begins. The Last Airbender in 3D starts Thursday.
Harry Hart has won the game! He strikes out the side. He brings
team. History on MLB Network.
Dallas Braden has thrown a perfect game.
Got it! A perfect game! Roy Halladay!
Unbelievable. Go to findmlbnetwork.com for your channel number.
Welcome back to Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Bottom of the 4th inning with the White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0, and Carlos Quentin leading off for the White Sox. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. And Quentin sends this one into left field. Soriano makes the catch. John Dank still with us, tomorrow's scheduled starter for the White Sox. And John, Mark alluded to the fact that you guys were 9.5 out back in early June. General Manager Kenny Williams said if this continues, changes are going to have to be made. Did you guys get together as a team at any point and say, hey, we're better than this?
Well, we had numerous meetings, and you know, they say winners win, losers have meetings. And fortunately, we've been playing good ball and did it before they blew this team up.
John, Edwin Jackson with a no-hitter last night. What do you make of the fact that there have already been 4 no-hitters, 2 perfect games, and another oh-so-close perfect game from Galarraga?
No, you know, I mean, it's fun to watch. You know, especially being a pitcher, you really appreciate it. You know, I don't know if I could have thrown 149 pitches, but
wow,
but it was impressive.
What's the most pitches you've thrown in your career?
I think I threw 118 this year in Yankee Stadium, but I can't imagine throwing another 30 pitches or so.
Well, John, best of luck tomorrow against Ryan Dempster in the series finale. We appreciate you joining us, and I'm sorry if you've gotten in the way of just about anything that your teammates have been able to get their hands on in the White Sox dugout.
No, it's all right, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, kid. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, John Danks, 3-0 lifetime against the Cubs during his career. 13-game winner a year ago. And he will start tomorrow's game for the White Sox against right-hander Ryan Dempster, who pitched a complete game his last time out. Payoff pitch from Silva to Kotsay. And Kotsay went around. Second strikeout for Carlos Silva. Time now for a DirecTV game break. Take it away, Chris and Kevin.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Braves trying to improve to a Major League best 26-7 at home. Chipper, a 3-run shot, his 5th of the year. Now it's the 9th. Atlanta's up 4-3. Pete Moylan against Johnny Damon.
Wow, first time I've seen a game end on a strike 3 pitch out.
Gary Cedarstrom with the call. Remember to watch every baseball game in HD. It's 1-800-DIRECTV. Back on out to Kenny and Mark.
Well, Chipper certainly not looking today like a guy who might retire following the season.
Not at all. He is. He's got a flair for the dramatic, and it's been a rough go for him in the first half of this season. But he's a guy that, man, every time he steps into the batter's box, he's dangerous. And people forget he won a batting title 2 years ago, Kenny. So if it goes, it went fast. Speaking of going fast, that one's ripped past Ramos Ramirez. So Alexi Ramirez will pull into second base with a 2-out double.
Third hit of the game for the White Sox.
Fastball runs in, and he just pulls it right down the line. Good effort there by Ramos Ramirez. Now the Sox looking for another hit with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Here's Ramon Castro, fly to right his first time up. Castro has become somewhat of a personal catcher for Freddie Garcia over the last month or so. Of course, he was behind the plate last July when Mark Burley pitched his perfect game. It was the first time they worked together. First time in baseball history a perfect game was thrown with a battery that had never worked together before.
Well, I would imagine he had to have caught him again the next time. Probably not, huh?
You would think.
Oh, A.J. Pierzynski. Something's going on down there.
That's what happens when you win 10 in a row.
I think there might be a hot foot going on down there, Kenny.
Castro is called out on strikes. 4 innings in the books. 1-0 Sox.
12 summers of boat hauling, 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobil 1. The choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car. Mobil 1.
No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat till it turns into heartburn. You've got what it takes. Zantac. It's strong, fast, lasting relief. So let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
Everything you thought you knew is about to change.
What you just did is impossible.
There's a lot you don't know about yourself. You have power.
I did it.
Dark forces are gathering.
Hello, Balthazar. So we're supposed to save the world? Knuckle bump.
Might as well.
Are you insane?
The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Rated PG.
And now I'll turn it over to the Gecko.
Ah, thank you, sir. As we all know, Geico has been saving people money on RV, camper and trailer insurance, as well as motorcycle insurance. Ah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
What about this?
What's this one do? Maybe that one.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We were on motorcycle insurance?
Take 15 minutes to see how much you could save on motorcycle, RV, and camper insurance.
When things don't go your way, don't let it get you down. Look at me. I lost my ambassador's suit. But I'm not moping around. No, man. I'm keeping it light. With new red stripe light. Red light beer.
There's complete. And then there's most complete, like what you get from Centrum Silver Ultra Men's, the most complete multivitamin for men over 50. It has nutrients to help support eye health and nutrients like vitamin D for your colon. Centrum Silver Ultra Men's.
It's a tough choice, Edward or Jacob, but pick the right side of the BK Clips game and you can win tasty food, a new Volvo, $100,000, or tons of other prizes. Every game piece has a chance to win. Available with any BK value meal. Start playing today.
Welcome back to Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Kenny Albert, Mark Grace here in Chicago. White Sox with a run of the third lead the Cubs 1-0. Alfonso Soriano leading off against Freddie Garcia and takes ball one. Soriano singled his first time up back in the second inning and then went to second on an error charged to Juan Pierre, who bobbled the ball out in left field. Cubs, as we mentioned, have been shut out 3 times in their last 6 games. Have not scored a run in 13 innings in this series. Soriano left field. Pierre, one away. So Garcia has retired 5 in a row. Nationwide, thousands of communities have gotten involved as Chevrolet and Scotts have set out to rebuild local ballparks. Don't miss your chance to get involved and to win a new Chevrolet at ChevroletBaseball.com. With one away here, Starlin Castro grounded out to short his first time up. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Well, for the Cubs, Mark, who have struggled to get base hits in key situations all season long. 12th in the league in hits, 14th in the league in runs. Batting just .249 with runners in scoring position. And another 0 in the runs column so far tonight.
That's when you're not hitting, it just makes you look bad as a team. And yeah, it's been a bad year for the Chicago Cubs. Certainly expectations a lot higher coming into this season. But boy, 9 games under 500 is certainly unexpected from just about everybody in baseball with this club.
A slow roller barehanded by Vizquel. No throw. An infield single for Starlin Castro.
Just a perfect swinging bunt here by Castro. Even all the gold gloves in the world aren't going to get Castro the way he can fly down the line. So Vizquel has to stick it in his pocket. And the Cubs have speed at first base with 1 out.
There's that combination again. The 20-year-old Castro, the 43-year-old
right.
Vizquel. So Castro on at first as Giovanni Soto steps in. Struck out his first time up. Soto takes a called strike. 0-1. Soto started the All-Star game as a rookie back in 2008 at Yankee Stadium. Throw to second is in time. So Castro is thrown out attempting to steal.
Well, what a great throw by Ramon Castro. That's a pretty good jump. And just a better throw by Ramon Castro, just ahead of the slide that time. Just ahead. That's a good call out there by second base umpire Bruce Dreckman. The tag right there just before he got that hand in there.
So Castro throws out Castro, now 2 away.
We got Castros, we got Ramirez's, we got all kinds of shared names out there.
And our statistician Marty Aronoff letting us know that Ramon Castro did not start Mark Burley's first start.
Oh, really?
After the perfect game, it was A.J. Pierzynski. As Alexei Ramirez throws out Giovanni Soto. Middle of the 5th, still 1-0 White Sox.
Can a smartphone reach the 4 corners of the earth? Can it make unlimited Skype-to-Skype calls to any country without using any minutes?
Hello?
I am anyone on Skype. Droid can with Skype Mobile, one of thousands of apps that can run with other apps from the ever-expanding Android market. When there's no limit to what Droid gets, there's no limit to what Droid does.
Right now, buy one Droid by Motorola and get a second one free. Only from Verizon.
This is dedicated to a guy we all know. Taught you how to hit and how to throw. A bona fide star as coaches go. Keeps the team moving on his Firestone. Firestone. The players, umpires, folks in the stands see the Firestone performance and think it's grand. So here's to the coach and his Firestone 4 for taking us out to the ball game and more.
Firestone. Legendary drivers need legendary tires.
Muscles. Oh, what muscles can do. From the jaw-dropping, crowd-pleasing, you have got to be kidding me, muscles, to the sexy, supercharged, super stretchy muscles. Muscles that kiss it goodbye and speak for themselves. Oh, what muscles can do. If you use muscles, use Myoplex.
Building families. Building traditions. Building communities. Building lives. Building what's important for more than 90 years. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Chevrolet and our award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. Bottom of the 5th inning, Kenny Albert, Mark Grace. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the White Sox. As the number 9 hitter, Gordon Beckham, leads off against Carlos Silva. Beckham with a leadoff triple. Back in the 3rd inning, came around to score the game's only run, driven home by Alex Rios.
Pitching certainly reigning here. Both guys just in complete command.
As it did in the final game of the series at Wrigley a couple of weeks back.
On your no-hitter again, Kenny. There's a little 0-2 bow tie.
A double no-hitter into the 7th in that game. Ted Lilly and Gavin Floyd. Juan Pierre breaking up Ted Lilly's no-hitter in the 9th inning. That was the last time the White Sox lost a game. There's Ted.
Theodore Roosevelt Lilly.
Beckham into the left field corner. Just foul. Let's take you back to Gordon Beckham's last at bat. Mark Kotze wearing the mic for us.
Get three, Beck, get three, kid. Oh, Beck, you gotta go, Beck. Yeah. Those are 23-year-old legs.
That's great stuff from Mark Kotze.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Silva wanted that. He was none too pleased with the call from home plate umpire Bill Hahn.
Payoff pitch to Beckham. And he pops it into right center. Fukudome has it, 1 away. Time for a DirecTV game break. Once again, Chris Rose and Kevin Millar.
All right, guys, just how good is Steven Strasburg? Judge for yourself. On Fox next Saturday against the New York Mets, Kevin Millar, is he already one of the game's best?
Already the best. He's got the best fastball, the Johan Santana changeup, and the Barry Zito curveball.
All right, once again, the Nats will take on the Mets next Saturday on Fox. Back on out to our guys in Chicago. And Gracie, should he make the National League All-Star team?
I think he's one of the best pitchers certainly in the National League, but no, I don't think he should be on the All-Star team. I think you need to throw more than 3 or 4 starts to make the All-Star team. What do you think, Kenny?
So you disagree with Eric Karros and I. We had this debate last week as Pierre lines it just foul. 4 starts so far, 41 strikeouts, most ever in a pitcher's first 4 starts. Eric and I said last week if he continues this pace, he'll probably have made at least 7, maybe 8 starts by the time the All-Star rosters are chosen. I say why not if he continues this current pace.
Okay, well, I mean, once again, the All-Star game is an exhibition. I understand that, and you know, fans cannot vote pitchers. They can only vote for position players, but I just think that there's probably somebody that is a deserving All-Star that's been doing it all year long. That if Steven Strasburg, now he's a San Diego State kid like I am, but I think this kid's going to make lots of All-Star teams.
It would probably be a teammate of his who is kept off the roster. Perhaps Ryan Zimmerman, if Strasburg is chosen, not necessarily a pitcher from another team.
Right.
And the other point that Eric and I brought up last week, rosters have expanded in the All-Star game this year to 34.
Okay.
And pitchers who pitch Sunday, if they are named to the All-Star team, can still go. They can still go to Anaheim, take part in all the festivities, but they will be replaced on the roster. So if 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 of the 14 pitchers chosen pitch Sunday, you're looking at a 38 or a 39-man roster. So in that case, I say if he continues this pace, send him to Anaheim.
Well, I don't disagree with you there.
You can.
It's just that, and absolutely, and we've not always agreed on things, but I just think he is a lot of fun to watch. I know I'm glued to the TV every time this kid pitches, and I'm hoping that he continues to excel, because guys like him, pitchers like him, are great for the game, and it's great for the Washington Nationals. They haven't had a lot of good news the last few years. I think it's a great story. He's a great story, but I just think what would worry me would be maybe a guy that's been doing it all year long being replaced by a guy that's what, 2-1. He's 2-1. Yeah, he's got a sparkling ERA, but he's got a 2-1 record, and he may start 4 more games, 3 more games before the All-Star break. I don't know. I wish him well, but he's going to make lots of All-Star teams.
He's been a great story, and you know, as you mentioned, the All-Star game is really for the fans, and what fan would not want to see Some of the top players in the American League, Joe Mauers, the Alex Rodriguez's, step in for an at-bat against Steven Strasburg.
Well, sure.
And I posed the question, Eric and I posed the question last week to Charlie Manuel, the National League manager. He didn't give a definitive yes as far as whether or not he would consider Strasburg, but he didn't say no, and he was well aware of his stats.
Well, and when you put it that way, like who wouldn't want to watch it? And yes, but if it comes at the sake of a deserving All-Star, then I might have to think twice about it. But boy, is he fun to watch pitch.
And it's also led to some fun debates over the last couple of weeks. Another foul off the bat of Juan Pierre.
Silva's starting to get disgusted with the length of this at-bat. I keep throwing him strikes. He keeps swatting them foul. So you and Eric Karros agree on that. Isn't that scary that you agree with Eric Karros?
I think that's why they broke us up this week. I worked with Eric the last 5. Silva hits a second White Sox. Hit Quentin with a pitch back in the second inning. And now Pierre hits to first.
A breaking ball that just stays inside. Pierre doesn't really do much to get out of the way, but close enough. Takes it off the arm, and he'll take a painful trip to first base.
A 10-pitch at bat. White Sox with a 1-out base runner. Now, our Verizon game summary. White Sox scoring their run in the 3rd inning. And both pitchers have been terrific. A pair of 8-game winners from Venezuela. Carlos Silva, Freddie Garcia. Of course, Ozzie Guillen and Carlos Zambrano are also fellow countrymen from Venezuela.
Right.
The White Sox manager and the suspended Cubs starter, and they had dinner last night.
A planned dinner.
A planned dinner.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that one.
Driven foul down the right field line. Well, Jim Hendry, the vice president and general manager of the Cubs, said after the game yesterday, Zambrano's conduct was not acceptable. We'll play with a 24-man roster before we tolerate that kind of behavior. Alfonso Soriano said everybody's just mad about the attitude. If he wants the attitude, take it inside, not in front of everybody.
Well, in those days of where you could maybe do something in the dugout, you're just seen by way too many people, and then the information highway, super highway that we live in now, it's going to be seen, and it's an embarrassing situation for Lou Piniella and the Chicago Cubs.
And Lou Piniella told us before the game, another aspect is the domino effect. The Cubs bullpen forced to work 7 innings in yesterday's game, 14 innings over the last 2. So the Cubs had to send out a right-handed relief pitcher who they like in Jeff Stevens in order to call up another right-hander, rookie Brian Schlitter, who is fresh in case he was needed for a number of innings today.
Exactly. And he said it was heartbreaking to send Stevens out. He said because the kid doesn't deserve to be sent to the minor leagues. He deserves to be here.
Yeah, that was one of the after effects of the Zambrano suspension, and the fact that he only pitched 1 inning in yesterday's game.
And then also, after this series, they go back to National League rules. And if you're only a 24-man roster in the National League, you're coming up a man short. That will come into play eventually. A lot of double switching, a lot of pinch hitting and whatnot in the National League with that pitcher.
Cubs will host the Pirates for 3 and then the Reds for 4. This is the 14th of 15 consecutive games for the Cubs against American League teams, and for the White Sox, the 14th of 15 in a row against the National League. And as we mentioned, the White Sox have gone 14-2 during interleague play, including the 10 consecutive wins. Cubs are 7-9 against the American League. 1 ball, 2 strike count. pitch out. Pierre not going anywhere.
This is just the kind of havoc he creates, and that is Juan Pierre on first base. Pitch outs, constantly picking off.
Juan Pierre, who leads the American League with 27 steals.
You just give the pitcher something else to think about.
There he goes. Throw from Soto. Looked like the throw was in time, but the tag was not.
Yeah, and that is a good call out there by second base umpire Bruce Dreckman. This is an easy call. Take a look. I mean, it wasn't even close. For some reason, Castro pulls his glove out of there instead of continuing the tag. And Bruce Dreckman's like, what a great throw from Soto. And that's a youngster learning from a veteran right there.
You know, Eric Karras and I did the game 2 weeks ago at Wrigley. And a similar play with Pierre attempting to steal second. And he was able to reach around the tag of the 20-year-old Castro. And he went back to the well one more time. As Vizquel becomes strikeout victim number 4 of Carlos Silva, now 2 away.
Boy, it's just not even close. Juan Pierre far and away. Tell you what, Carl Crawford is a lot of fun to watch, isn't he? What a great base stealer. What a great player he is for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Which uniform will he wear next season? Free agency looming?
With free agency looming, you hope guys like him are able to find a way to stay with their team that they came up with, that they've had a lot of success with, that they've gone to the World Series with. It doesn't always work that way, but Rays fans, and I think a lot of people, hope that Carl Crawford can stay there.
Alex Rios drove in the game's only run back in the 3rd inning. Now that steal we were talking about 2 weeks ago in the game on Fox 2 Saturdays ago at Wrigley led to the game-winning run. A steal by Pierre where he eluded the tag attempt of Castro. So Pierre filed that away and does it again.
Silva starting to walk to the dugout, but that ball was clearly outside. I mean, let's take another look at Juan Pierre. I mean, this is not even close. The tag's down, the hand comes out, and now Castro inexplicably just pulls his glove out of there and doesn't try to stay with the tag.
Time now to answer our Mercedes-Benz trivia question. Before the Rays this season, only one other time was a team no-hit twice in a season with one of the no-hitters a perfect game. And the answer, Mark?
I do not know.
The 65 man. Cubs.
See, I wasn't on that team. So
Ron Santo was. He'll join us in the booth during the next half inning.
That's awesome.
Jim Maloney of the Reds no-hit the Cubs on August 1965, and then 22 days later, the Sandy Koufax perfect game. There's Ron.
One of my favorite people in this world.
Voice of the Cubs on WGN for the last 2 decades as Rios rounds out a 31-pitch scoreless inning. Will be visited by Ron Santo when we come back.
Built with quality and backed with the best coverage in America, including a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's 40,000 more miles than Ford. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy, and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Get 0% APR for 72 months on 2010 Silverado Half-Ton models with an average finance savings around $6,000.
Breathtaking.
Ladies, hello. It's me again, your TV. I cut your cable to show you a no-brainer, DirecTV. With DirecTV, you can record a show in this room, so the kids can watch it in this room. Or this room. Or perhaps this room. Any room. I'm talking options, ladies. You love them, DirecTV has them. So give them a call. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
When you're in a dream,
feels real.
From the director of The Dark Knight.
Mind telling your subconscious to take it easy?
Inception, rated PG-13.
Let's go shake him up.
I am impressed.
In theaters and IMAX, July 16th.
Take care of your engine, and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One-A-Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus, now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure.
Whoa.
Kinda makes your heart race, huh?
When things don't go your way, don't let it get you down. Look at me. I lost my ambassador's suit. But I'm not moping around. No, man. I'm keeping it light. With new Red Stripe Light. Red Light Beer.
Today's game, presented by Chevrolet, is sponsored by Red Stripe Light. No matter what the score, keep it light with new Red Stripe Light Hooray Beer. By Verizon, the network with the most 3G coverage. And by Chevrolet and our award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. Ryan Theriot with a base hit into left center for the Cubs here in the top of the 6th inning, with the White Sox leading by the score of 1-0.
Well, the first pitch of the top of the 6th inning just promptly gets smacked into left center field by Ryan Theriot. Cubs lost a base runner last inning. They tried to press the accelerator and they got caught stealing. Let's see what Lou Piniella, he's got some options now, turning over the top of the order.
Kosuke Fukudome at the plate, 1 for 2, singled back in the 3rd inning. As we are pleased to welcome into the booth a 9-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove Award winner, and one of the voices of the Cubs for the last 2 decades, the great Ron Santo, who 50 years ago today made his Cubs debut. Does it feel like 50 years, Ron?
How you doing, big boy?
You know, it's been, I can't believe it, but it's been 50 great years. You know, being in June 26th, Pirates, Bob Friend, Vernon Law. I was a nervous wreck. I had 1 year in the minor leagues. I was up. I was hitting 6th. The first pitch, breaking ball, buckled my knees, Friend. And as I stepped back in, and as it was Smokey Burgess threw the ball back, Friend said, "That's a big league curveball, kid." I went, "Oh my gosh."
How old were you?
I was 20 years old. And next pitch, I had a base hit up the middle.
You got a base hit on your very first at bat
I
in the big
had
league.
3 hits in a double hitter and 5 RBIs my opening day.
Wow, it's hard to get much better after that, but you did.
I know it, and we won a doubleheader. That was the year that they won the World Series, the Pirates.
And that game 50 years ago today, Ron, was the 12,030th game in Cubs regular season history, and today, number 20,000.
20,000. Can you believe that? Unbelievable.
Here's the 2-1 to Fukudome with Theriot on the move. Garcia off the mound. Gets the out at first. Theriot moves over to second. Ron, let's take you down memory lane. A Cub from 1960 through 1973. 342 career home runs. Member of the Cubs All-Century team. And then finished up with the White Sox in 1974. One of 165 players to play for both the Cubs and the White Sox. And the jersey retired back in September of 2003. How have you enjoyed these Cubs-White Sox interleague games through the years?
Well, you know, we used to play instead of the interleague games, we used to play a game here for the Boys and Girls Club here in, Comiskey Park at the time. And then
called it the Crosstown Classic.
Exactly.
Right.
And we only played 5 innings. But I'll tell you one thing about the Sox and Cubs in interleague play. You're usually going to see a real good ball game. You don't see too many blowouts. It doesn't matter who's in first, who's in last. They play at another level. And the fans, of course, this is all for the fans, but it means something now, Kenny. And you know, they started with us. They were, I think, 9 games under 500, and they beat us 2 out of 3. And from that moment on, they hadn't lost.
Down in a row for the White Sox. Charging it is Vizquel. Low throw, safe at first as Bird. Cubs have runners on the corners.
What do you think about your ball club this year, Ron?
I can't understand it. It's been a very difficult year where we've got good starting pitching. Our bullpen's been a little shaky at the beginning, but we were not hitting. We got off to a bad start, and I've never seen a ball club that's really having problems with men on base, can't come up with a big hit, and it's been that way. You know, we have not had an extra base hit, I think, in 24 innings, something like that.
Yeah, that's
it's
tough.
unbelievable.
Oh, big opportunity here.
Cubs haven't scored a run in 14 innings in this series. With Derek Lee at the plate, big opportunity, first and third, one out.
You know, Derek Lee's got a very bad back. He's playing, and you can see the way he's walking, Gracie, and he's just not swinging the bat well, but he's a guy that will not get out of that lineup because we need his bat, but...
There's a base hit into center field, and the Cubs tie the game at 1.
Well, even with a bad back.
How about
he
that?
looks just fine to me, Ron.
Yes, finally.
Lou Piniella mentioned the back situation when we spoke with Lou earlier today, Ron. He said Derek's back really tightened up during that 4-hour plane ride back from Seattle.
Exactly. 4 hours there, 3.5 back, and I could tell in yesterday's ball game he was not moving well at all. And
well, they were moving in the dugout pretty well, though, weren't they?
Oh gosh, that was uncalled for. I mean, the problem there is, to me, Zambrano. He finally pitched a real good ball game, and we gave him 12 runs, but he pitched well. He looked like the Zambrano. 3 years ago, he was very intimidating.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, he's lost that confidence. And that showed me last night, first inning to get that upset. It's almost like I think he felt, I'm going to lose this ball game. And so what he did yesterday is uncalled for. And he's done a lot of it. There's been problems. No doubt about it.
Zambrano now suspended indefinitely by the Cubs, who have tied the game at 1. 2 on. Only 1 out with Xavier Nady at the plate. Nady 0 for 2. On the ground to the shortstop, Ramirez to second for 1. On to first. Double play. Ron, do you mind staying for another half inning?
If you don't mind.
Love to have you.
Fine.
Let's talk some Cubs baseball.
Yes.
What do you say?
At Toyota, we care about your safety. That's why we're investing $1 million every hour to improve our technology and your safety. It's an investment that's helped Toyota earn multiple top safety pick awards for 2010 by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. No other brand has won more. These top safety picks and all our new safety innovations are available at toyota.com/safety.
Can a smartphone augment your reality? Can it see through walls? Locate restaurants and shops through your phone's viewfinder? Droid can with Layer, one of thousands of apps that run simultaneously with others from the ever-expanding Android market. When there's no limit to what Droid gets, there's no limit to what Droid does.
Right now, buy one Droid by Motorola and get a second one free. Only from Verizon.
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
I never thought it would be so easy.
I was done before I knew it. Staining was fast. The protective finish was flawless.
So easy, I did it again.
Minwax makes and keeps wood beautiful, easily.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Your friends,
your family.
How can you die?
You're next.
I'm not sick!
Let's get out of here.
The Crazies on Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday.
Cubs have tied it up 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Chicago. Kenny Albert, Mark Grace, and Ron Santo with us as Paul Konerko leads off for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Carlos Silva. Ron, how about the season that Silva's had coming over from Seattle?
It's been unbelievable, and what you're seeing today, I saw for the last 10 outings. He's 8-2. He could be 10-0. He's been unbelievable. Larry Rothschild really helped him in spring training, got him to get that sinker working a little bit. It was a different angle he's got him thrown at. He throws nothing but strikes. He uses the infield, the outfield. He doesn't try to strike anybody out. He doesn't walk many. He's only walked 14 going into today's game. And he's been unreal, but we haven't. The last 2 games, I think we scored 2 runs for him and maybe 1.
Cubs are 10-3 and Silva starts. Now 3-1 with Carlos Quentin waiting on deck. Cubs and White Sox tied at 1, bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs scoring their first run in 15 innings after they were shut out 6-0 yesterday.
A very rare walk right there, Paul Konerko.
So Konerko heads down to first. The All-Star game coming up on Fox in just a couple of weeks on July 13th from Anaheim. And Ron, you took part in 9 All-Star games. What's your biggest All-Star memory?
Well, my biggest All-Star memory was my first. I ended up facing Sam McDowell, the left-hander, when I was 23 years old, and they ended up getting the base hit up the middle to win the ball game. But really, what the All-Star game was all about when I played, it was, you know, we went out there not just to have fun. We went out there to win a ball game. Yeah. No doubt about it.
It's different now.
Oh, it has. Now it's changed. Now it means something. So you're not, you know, these guys are going out, the American League and the National League, trying to win ball games. Win that ball game because you're going to get the home field advantage in the World Series.
And back in your day, a big pep talk, right, from the league president prior to the All-Star game?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All of a sudden,
hit for the second time.
Some wildness now from Carlos Silva. A walk, now a hit batsman.
Third batter, Silva has hit today. Quentin twice and Pierre. And Ron, our statistician Marty Aronoff taking us back to the 1966 All-Star game in St. Louis. When you drove in a run in the 4th inning, National League would win the game 2-1 and 10. You batted 5th in that game behind Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron, and Willie McCovey.
Yeah, that was in St. Louis, and believe it or not, Kenny, that it was 130 degrees on that field. They had the AstroTurf.
Oh, I remember
my
those days.
feet were burning. I played 10 innings in that ball game, and there were fans watching that were taken out of the ballpark in about the 3rd inning. It was so hot.
Well, we got a visit from the trainer. I wonder if Carlos Silva may have done something.
Remember, he's had tightness in that right hamstring, which is why his start was pushed back to today.
Well, Lou Piniello's got enough on his mind, enough troubles. The last thing he would need is the guy that's been his best starter all year long, all of a sudden maybe with an injury. But he seems to be okay. I think he's just trying to set up something with Aramis Ramirez and Castro on what to do in case of a bunt here.
Yeah, which it looks like.
Let's take a look what may have happened. There's the hit batsman, and all of a sudden, Silva yeah, kind of gimpy there with something. You had mentioned the hamstring, Kenny.
Yes, he's had a hamstring problem. He had to leave the game.
He hit only 4 batters over his first 13 starts, 3 so far today. So Kotze at the plate. He's 0 for 2. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. What was it like, Ron, after 14 years on the north side, putting that White Sox uniform on for the first time?
It was difficult, but the White Sox organization was great.
You mean they didn't sell those pizzas over here on the south side?
No, I kept those in Wrigley. I got one story, quick story. I was having a bad day at third base, and some fans on third base side, and they were 12-inch round pizzas, and took it out of the box and flipped them at me like a Frisbee, and 3 of them landed next to me, and I called a bat boy in, and I said, pick these up and reheat them.
We can use a couple of them up here right now.
That was some good pizza, though.
Well, you know, it was a lot of work. I had ovens in Wrigley Field.
Here's the 1-2 from Silva. Missing low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Kotsay unable to get a couple of bunts down. Now he's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way to try to move him up by swinging the bat.
Konerko and Quentin the base runners. And Kotsay sends it to deep center field. Bird on the run, makes the catch. Konerko tags. So the White Sox now have runners on first and third with 1 out.
Well, he did move one of the runners up, and that was very good base running right there by Paul Konerko. He's not the fastest, swiftest guy in the game, but he really read that well. It's a deep enough fly ball for him to scamper back, tag up, and get to third base easily.
You know, he's quite a ball player, and of course you play golf with him. He's a great guy.
However,
and he's on his free agent year.
Yeah. However, Carlos Quentin at first base still there, so the double play in order, and Silva does roll up a lot of ground balls.
Alexei Ramirez at the plate. He has reached base twice tonight, reached on an error and then doubled in the 4th. White Sox just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position in this game.
I would imagine Pat Hughes doesn't know what to do with himself over there without you.
He does a great job. We've been together 15 years.
Fine radio voice of the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah,
Pat Hughes.
We kept you here for an extra half inning, Ron.
That's all right.
Might not let you go.
Double barrel action out there in the Cub bullpen. Sean Marshall,
Kastner, Sean Marshall. Right field. Through Kadome. Here comes Konerko. Quentin tagging as well. White Sox lead 2-1. Sacrifice fly, RBI number 28 for Alexei Ramirez.
Well, just good base running all the way around there by the White Sox. The previous play, Konerko tagging up, going to third base. Now, the deep enough fly ball off the bat of Alexei Ramirez. On the throw to the plate, Carlos Quentin tags up, gets himself into scoring position. It's easy to see, Kenny and Ron, why this team has won 10 games in a row. They're playing very crisp.
Doing it this inning without a base hit. The leadoff walk to Konerko. A hit batsman. Heads up base running by Konerko, and then a sacrifice fly off the bat of Ramirez.
And if you ever want to drive your manager insane, after your team gets a run in the top of the inning, come out and walk and hit a batter to put the first 2 guys on base. You know that'll just drive Lou crazy. There's the tag by Konerko, and you see Carlos Quentin moving up as well. That's just good base running, good fundamentals there by these White Sox.
Castro pops it up. So this will end the inning. The catch made by Soriano. Ron, this has been fun on the 50th anniversary of your Cubs debut.
It's my honor, pal.
9-time All-Star Ron Santo will return to Chicago after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
I worked on a plant design in Morocco.
Our company helped build Lambeau Field.
I work for NASCAR.
If you're looking for an exciting career, you belong here.
Morrison Institute of Technology.
Yes!
My buddy still has clunky 1.5 DSL. What's up with that? I've got Mediacom Online. With speeds up to 10 times faster than DSL, victory is always mine. Some guys never learn.
Call now and get the Mediacom Value Plan with 2 years of savings on Mediacom Online. Just $24.95 a month for the first year.
Step up your game with Mediacom Online.
877-900-2995.
Car buying should not be a complicated maze of dead ends and roadblocks. At Green Buick GMC, we make it an easy, short step to get the car of your dreams. Choose from the Quad City's best selection of pre-owned Cadillacs, like this 2009 Cadillac STS, loaded with moonroof, DVD navigation, Bose premium sound, and heated steering wheel. 50% off original MSRP. Or this 2009 Cadillac CTS, with all the equipment, 40% off original MSRP at the all-new Green Buick GMC in Davenport.
Right now, share any size icy cold Coke or any other soft drink, including sweet tea, for just $1.
How I Met Your Mother, coming this fall to Fox 18.
Top of the 7th inning in Chicago. White Sox have regained the lead. It's now 2-1. Kenny Albert along with Mark Grace. Both teams scoring a run in the 6th inning. As Aramis Ramirez leads off against Freddie Garcia, who threw 77 pitches over the first 6 innings, Mark. That's 32 pitches fewer than Carlos Silva threw 6.
Well, he's working fast. He's throwing strikes. He's not only getting the Cubs out, but he's getting them out quickly.
Ramirez 0 for 2 is flat out to left twice. Cubs shut out over the first 14 innings in this series. Scored their run in the 6th. RBI single off the bat of Derek Lee. Ramirez, deep center. Rios going back on the track. Looks up. It is gone. Aramis Ramirez, one day after coming off the disabled list, ties the game at 2.
Oh, about 405 feet of long ball right there. And he gets a change up, middle of the plate. And I'm not sure if Ramirez knew he got it, but it just sneaks out. And we got a brand new ball game again.
His 6th home run of the season, his first hit since coming back. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, had been 0 for 2 today. So Aramis Ramirez takes Freddie Garcia deep. And now the count 2-0 to Soriano. There you are, Mark. 13th on the Cubs all-time home run list.
and falling.
Speaking of home runs, and we've been talking about the All-Star game throughout this telecast. Soriano, part of a very exclusive club. As he rips a base hit into the left field corner. Soriano on his way to second. And he is in. Soriano, Mark, the only player in history to hit an all-star home run representing 3 different ball clubs.
I did not know that, but I know he just rips one past Omar Vizquel at third base. And he's off to the races. Juan Pierre in left field doesn't have the best throwing arm, so he's thinking 2 all the way. And he dives in just ahead of the throw.
Remember, Pierre bobbled the ball hit by Soriano back in the 2nd inning, allowing Soriano to take second base.
Now the Cubs looking for their first lead of the afternoon, or the evening, I'm sorry. It is evening. It's just still light out.
They didn't have a lead yesterday either as Castro lays down the bunt. Soriano moves to third. So the Cubs are ready with a run in this inning. Now with the base runner, Soriano 90 feet away. The Cubs Toyota in-game box score. Soriano with a couple of hits. Derek Lee drove in a run of the 6th. Ramirez with a solo shot here in the 7th.
Now it's the Cubs' turn to play good fundamental baseball. That was a perfect bunt there from Castro to move Soriano up. Ozzie Guillen's going to play his infield in as Giovanni Soto now trying to give his side of town the lead.
Soto 0 for 2, struck out and grounded to short. Strike one.
Perfect fastball right on the outside corner at the knees. Nothing Soto's able to do with that one. Tony Pena looks like he's pretty much loose. But Ozzie Guillen staying with Freddie Garcia.
Garcia asking Castro for a new set of signs. Infield in, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning in a 2-2 game. Fastball way inside. 1-1. Soriano doubled. Sacrificed over to third by Castro. White Sox with a 10-game winning streak. 14 of their last 15. 1-1 to Soto, low and away. Garcia has won his last 5 starts, 8-1 over his last 9. Shut out the Cubs over the first 5, allowed a run in the 6th, the run here in the 7th. Soto fouls it off, 2-2. Called strike 3.
Well, you can't split the plate belt high any more than this. Somehow, some way, Soto was just frozen by this pitch. It looks like a changeup that's just right down the middle. And he just locked up, and that is a huge out for Freddie Garcia and the White Sox, and Ozzie Guillen is on his way to the mound.
Ozzie and Freddie Garcia, Mark, related by marriage.
He's staying with him.
Freddie Garcia's wife is the niece of Ozzie's wife.
Well, there's a lot of trust there, certainly. He's trusting him, and I'm sure he's also asking, hey, you know, Ryan Theriot got a base hit his last time up against you. Do you want to face him or maybe Fukudome, who's on deck? And I would imagine Freddie Garcia just told him, now I'll take my chances with the right-hander. And here we go. And when you've won 10 in a row, even these tense moments are fun.
Ball 1 to Theriot. Theriot singled, came around to score the Cubs' first run back in the 6th inning. One and one.
Well, he's using that changeup nicely now. Just about every pitch. You can see just the bottom drop out of it, and right over the top of it goes Theriot.
On one hop, backhanded by Alexei Ramirez, fires across, low throw. Scooped up by Konerko to end the inning, but the Cubs tie the score. It's 7th inning stretch time in Chicago.
I wanted to paint my whole room this color.
Yep, she wanted to paint her whole room that color. So we went to Lowe's.
I just told them that we could find a really great purple out of one of our color palettes that we have arranged by room. It's called Rocker Girl. Cynthia was great. It goes with your outfit. It does, right? My room looks awesome.
And the price was awesome.
Oh, and our everyday low prices are guaranteed. What do you think? Can I dye my hair purple?
Experience.
No.
Lowe's. Let's build something together.
That's all you, Mom. Okay.
We've been bought by Sunflash?
They're sharks. Man, they're young.
They're in the lobby.
Just for Men targets only the gray in 5 easy minutes.
Sunflash.
Nice.
Just for Men. Live forward.
Dish Network asked, which one of these is standard def and which one of these is high def?
That's high def.
I like the way this looks way better.
Like right there.
It's crisp, it's clear.
I want this picture. I want this quality. I guess I'll have to pay free. Bam!
Wow.
Exciting news. Dish Network gives you free HD for life. Now get over 120 top channels, your local channels, all for just $24.99 a month for a full year.
The HD is free only for life.
Where do I sign up?
I'm going to switch to Dish.
Got a good gig.
Call and switch to Dish Network today.
Waterproof and sweatproof sunscreen can wear out, leaving skin vulnerable. Neutrogena Ultimate Sport with Helioplex provides the highest average UVA, UVB protection and is also 3 times more waterproof than testing standards. Neutrogena Ultimate Sport.
12 summers of boat hauling, 63 miles of commuting daily. For any extreme from the road to the racetrack, nothing beats Mobile One. The choice of over half of all NASCAR teams. So put some NASCAR in your car. Mobile One.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet and sponsored by Just for Men Hair Color. Live Forward. By Mobile One, the world's leading synthetic motor oil brand. And by Lowe's. For all your home improvement needs, Lowe's. Let's build something together. Cubs and White Sox tied at 2, bottom of the 7th inning. 23-year-old right-hander Andrew Kastner out of the Cubs pen.
And what he brings is gas.
He's allowed only 1 earned run in 10 1/3 innings.
A great arm.
Facing the number 9 hitter Gordon Beckham. Terrio, the 80, 1 away. So Carlos Silva, another strong outing, goes 6 innings and placed here by Kastner, making his 9th appearance. Silva allowing 2 runs and only 3 hits in 6 innings. Yet another quality start.
Yeah, he threw a good ball game for Lou Piniella. And really, the Cubs needed that today from Carlos Silva. You know, there's a lot of issues they're having to deal with right now, but one thing they never have to worry about, at least haven't this year, they haven't had to worry about that every 5th day that Carlos Silva pitches.
Silva will not be involved in the decision. Record of 8-2. Start of the year 8-0. First pitcher to begin his Cubs career 8-0 since King Cole back in 1910.
And no, I didn't play with him either.
The same King Cole mark who allowed Babe Ruth's first major league hit in 1914.
Yeah, somebody had to give it up. It might as well have been King Cole.
And it was. Your first major league hit was off of.
I'll tell you as soon as Juan Pierre is put away.
Lou Piniella and Carlos Silva, 109 pitches. A little different than the exchange between Lou and the Cubs starter yesterday. Carlos Zambrano, after the first inning, allowed 4 runs. It has been reported widely that he was upset with a couple of his teammates for not diving after balls, in particular Derek Lee. As Kastner pitches a 1-2-3 7th.
Jimmy Jones, by the way.
First major league hit, Jimmy Jones. A 7-pitch 7th for Kastner.
First is fast. First is 4G.
but plays nice with 3G as well. First has an 8-megapixel HD camera and can stream live video to the web. First has an HDMI out. First shares Wi-Fi with 8 devices at once. First is not Stephen First, who played Flounder in Animal House. First has a kickstand for watching video. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Airbender, only you have the power to save us all.
I will stop them.
The Last Airbender in 3D, rated PG.
There's complete. And then there's most complete, like what you get from Centrum Silver Ultra Men's, the most complete multivitamin for men over 50. It has nutrients to help support eye health and nutrients like vitamin D for your colon. Centrum Silver Ultra Men's.
Snatching stuff takes. Oh, what is going on in here?
It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow.
Is that your agent?
It's the jingle. Try it.
No.
Like a good neighbor. Just say it.
State Farm is there.
With the sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl from 4E?
And can I get a hot tub?
Nice.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Okay, if you're one of those round-the-clock, we-never-close, 24/7 types who doesn't get paid until the job gets done, the last thing you need is a truck that doesn't have the stones to bring home the Benjamins. No problem. Introducing the all-new 2011 Super Duty. Thanks to its all-new Ford-built Power Stroke diesel, you get it all. The most horsepower, the most torque, the most payload, the most towing, and the best fuel economy. It's payday. The all-new Super Duty.
When things don't go your way, don't let it get you down. Look at me. I lost my ambassador suit. But I'm not moping around. No, man. I'm keeping it light. With new Red Stripe Light. Red Light Beer.
Welcome back to Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet. Here in Chicago, Kenny Albert with Mark Grace. Cubs and White Sox tied at 2 as we move to the 8th inning. We have 33-year-old right-hander J.J. Putz on a relief of Freddie Garcia. Facing the top of the order, Kosuke Fukudemi fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Putz has been tremendous. Leads the American League in strikeout to walk ratio. 15 consecutive scoreless innings. And during interleague play, 22 straight scoreless appearances.
Now what Ozzie Guillen has got is a bullpen full of terrific arms. I mean, even their mop-up guys all have great stuff. One of the better bullpens in all of baseball. Puts just another hard thrower with great stuff, a lot of experience.
Now for the second consecutive day, the closer Bobby Jenks, who was not needed yesterday, is unavailable due to a personal matter. Jenks with 17 saves, 4th in the American League. Fukudemi, Bird, and Lee for the Cubs here in the 8th in a 2-2 game. A 2-1 from Putz. Capturing the outside corner, now 2-2.
Yeah, 97 miles an hour right to the outside corner. Yes, it's a strike, but it's an unhittable strike.
Fukudemi got a piece of it. His base hit back in the 3rd inning, broken 0 for 13 string. 1 for 3 against Garcia today. Freddie Garcia allowing 2 runs on 8 hits in 7 innings. No walks, 5 strikeouts. On the ground to the right side, Beckham. 1 away. What a season for the Chicago Blackhawks, the Stanley Cup champions. Dustin Byfuglien, one of their stars during the Stanley Cup run, is enjoying the game this afternoon, but he is now a former Chicago Blackhawk. Blackhawks clearing salary cap space. Buffalo now a member, Mark, of the Atlanta Thrashers.
Well, what a postseason he had.
Terrific young power forward. Stanley Cup visited Wrigley Field 2 Sundays ago. The entire White Sox team, the entire Cubs team, and all of the Blackhawks were on hand. They took a nice group photo prior to that Sunday night game. Stanley Cup also joined Eric Karros, Chris Rose, and I at dinner 2 nights earlier.
You know what? You're going to brag about that this whole time because I still haven't seen it.
I could show you a picture.
I'll bet you could. Being the amazing hockey fan and broadcaster you are, that had to have been a fun night.
What a weekend that was here in Chicago. The Blackhawks parade on Friday, Cubs, White Sox, and then the Stanley Cup at Wrigley on Sunday. What was it like for you with the New York Yankees back in town in Phoenix this past week? Bringing back memories, I'm sure, of the 2001 World Series.
Yeah, we brought all us old guys out for a little trip down memory lane, to say the least. Gonzo, Matt Williams, myself. I think we threw out a first pitch, and there's still some. We had phone interviews during the game with guys like Tony Womack and Steve Finley. Championships are not easy to win.
And of course, your manager that year, Bob Brenly, now one of the TV voices of the Cubs.
That's exactly right.
And the Yankees playing on Fox today in Los Angeles. Joe Buck and Tim McCarver joined in the booth by Reggie Jackson and Tommy Lasorda. We had Frank Thomas and Ron Santo here in Chicago. And the other Fox game, the Giants and Red Sox, Dick Stockton and Eric Karros visited by Willie McCovey and Juan Marichal.
Awesome.
What a night on Fox. Up the middle, charging is Alexei Ramirez. And he makes the play to retire Marlon Byrd. Terrific play by the White Sox shortstop, 2 away.
Well, just a gorgeous play by Alexei Ramirez. The way Byrd runs, you think this is a base hit. He gets the short hop, quickly gets rid of it, and really easily gets Byrd. I thought this was going to be a base hit once it got past Putz, but man, what a gorgeous play by Ramirez.
So with 2 away, here's Derek Lee. Drove in the Cubs' first run back in the 6th inning. Fastball high from Putz. Ball 1. The Cubs' designated hitters, Mark, during interleague play are now 4 for 33 with no extra base hits.
Wow.
Although Lee does have the RBI single in this game. Aramis Ramirez with a solo home run in the 7th, accounting for the 2 Cubs runs. White Sox scored their runs in the 3rd and the 6th.
Well, not many National League teams, when they pick their teams to leave spring training, have a spot on the roster for a guy that's going to be a quote-unquote DH. Usually, DHs for National League teams are like the extra infielder or the 4th outfielder, whoever it may be.
Cubs have used 6 different designated hitters during their 17 interleague games. Nady, Lee, Ramirez, Soto, Byrd, and Soriano.
That breaking ball just gets a piece of the outside corner, according to Bill Hahn.
The 2-1 fouled off to the right side. Well, here are this year's People All-Stars among us. For the Cubs and White Sox, Sharon Mason and Kenny Fulman. The names of all 30 winners who will be honored during the All-Star pregame ceremony on Fox will be announced on Monday at peopleallstars.com. So congratulations to Sharon and Kenny.
Sox fans now wanting that big strikeout from Putz.
You and I are going to be in Anaheim working the 3D telecast.
Looking forward to that.
For Fox and DirecTV.
Looking very much forward to working that with you, Kenny. That's
Can't wait to
fun.
see what you look like in 3D.
And we'll go down and we'll interview Steven Strasburg.
You got it.
Okay. What do you say?
A couple of San Diego State guys. July 13th. As we celebrate the People Everyday All-Stars prior to the All-Star game on Fox.
J.J. Puts just missing with a fastball on 2-2. It's clearly outside. Power on power. 97-mile-an-hour fastballs. And Derek Lee, who can hit them an awfully long way when they're mistakes.
Payoff pitch from Puts on the ground to the shortstop, Ramirez. Middle of the 8th in Chicago. We remain tied with the heart of the White Sox order 2 up. Rios, Canucco, and then Quentin.
So rich.
Hola, amigo. It's me, your TV. Just pulled the plug on your cable to show you something sweet. With DirecTV, get a DVR that stores twice as many shows as cable. So load it up. Sports, soaps, absolutely. Reality show marathon, not my thing, but cool. Lots of movies, why not? You got the room. Stop limiting yourself. Give them a call and check out that deal. DirecTV, it'll change your life.
This place is great. So many cute guys here. Do you smell bacon? Oh, yeah. It's a bacon club chalupa. Guys love bacon.
Like, that's really gonna work. Come on.
Hi. Hey. How's it going?
Hi.
What is that you're wearing? It's intoxicating.
Taco Bell's Bacon Club Chalupa is back. Bacon lovers rejoice.
Smells good.
Say you're looking for
the perfect fridge.
Perfect for 2.
3.
Of us. Got it.
Well, only Sears has the top 10 brands.
And Samsung makes cubed ice.
Gotta have the cube, not the crescent.
Or the crushed. It's settled. Cubed.
Check out this Whirlpool side by side.
Side by side, but don't we want the bottom freezer?
This new Kenmore Elite is exactly what you're looking for. Plus enough space for
5 of us.
5? Thought we said
4?
Right.
Yeah, but have you seen this fridge?
The top 10 brands, including the all-new Kenmore Elite. Get up to 20% off all appliances, plus an extra 5% with your Sears card. Sears, life well spent.
Everyone deserves to be safe. That's why every Toyota now comes with the Star Safety System Standard. It's a combination of 5 accident avoidance technologies.
The Star Safety System is something that's standard on 100% of Toyota vehicles. We always think of safety, even in the concept design of our vehicles.
The Star Safety System, now standard. Because we know there's nothing more important to you than your safety. All our new safety features are at toyota.com/safety.
Fox Saturday Baseball is sponsored by Toyota, by Sears Blue Lawn and Garden Crew, and by DirecTV. Watch and record in multiple rooms with just one DVR. Cubs and White Sox tied at 2, bottom of the 8th inning. Andrew Kashner retired the White Sox in order in the 7th as the Steven Strasburg to the All-Star game debate continues. I've learned via Twitter, Mark, what Tim McCarver said on today's Dodger-Yankee telecast on Fox. Quote, it would be an injustice not to showcase him on the game's biggest stage in July.
Okay.
So the debate shall go on. One man's opinion, of course.
What if he goes out and has a couple of bad starts?
Then he shouldn't be there.
Exactly.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I'm only saying if he continues to do over his next 3 starts what we have seen so far over his first 4.
Okay.
And again, with the expanded rosters, theoretically there could be a 38 or a 39-man roster in the National League, depending on how many All-Star pitchers pitch on the Sunday prior to the All-Star game July 11th. Rios runs out to Terrio, so all 4 outs recorded by Kashner, Mark, have been ground balls to the second baseman. Well, Tim McCarver's been tweeting. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace. Get exclusive photos and behind-the-scenes looks of pregame and game preparations for tonight's Yankees-Dodgers game being updated right now. Log on to Facebook.com/Fox Sports, Twitter.com/MLB on Fox, or MySpace.com/Fox Sports.
Talking to some of these White Sox before the game. They got to face Steven Strasburg earlier, and they were telling me, you know, Gracie, he's got this great fastball, he's got this great curveball, but they were most impressed with Steven Strasburg's changeup. That was the amazing thing about it, was probably his third best pitch, and yet most of the White Sox were talking about it. Like, what a great pitch it is. Goodness.
Well, like Strasburg, Cashner off to a terrific start in the majors. Has allowed only 1 earned run over his first 9 appearances. To Konerko.
Man.
Now 1-2.
He just reared back and threw it by a very good fastball hitter in Paul Konerko.
98 on the gun.
Here it is. What's my name? Goodness.
There's Matt Thornton, left-hander up in the White Sox pen.
Another hard thrower.
Konerko with a drive. Deep left field, no doubt about it. White Sox take a 3-2 lead.
That is a veteran hitter setting up a youngster. You throw a fastball right by me and I swing and miss. Well, I'm going to be a little quicker on the next one. He was a little quicker, and he hit that one nearly to the light towers. This place is going crazy.
19th of the year for Konerko. And the first home run allowed by Cashner in the major leagues.
And it wasn't a cheapie.
For Konerko, mark his 15th home run against the Cubs. The record for most home runs during interleague play against a single opponent. Barry Bonds 18 against Oakland. Konerko against the Cubs next on the list.
Yeah, that's some big time names he's in there with. Goodness.
He's also in the top 5 during interleague play. It's his 14th home run at home this season, most in the majors. Number 345 of his career. And the White Sox with their third 1-run lead of this game. But remember, their closer, Bobby Jenks, is unavailable.
He is unavailable. It is still Matt Thornton out there warming up in the bullpen as Paul Konerko. You always want to tell the stories about the home run you hit. Yeah, fastball right there. But boy, he set up this youngster into throwing him that next fastball.
Cubs will have the middle of the order due up. Nady, Ramirez, and Soriano in the top of the 9th. We saw number 51, the newest Cub, Brian Schlitter, called up today. Grew up in Park Ridge, Illinois.
Well, he reached triple digits on that fastball. I think you called that one an angry fastball, Kenny.
Payoff pitch to Quentin. Castro, 2 out.
Here's the home run. Yeah, Paulie knew it. Just a quick, strong swing. About 10 rows deep, no doubt about it. That bat just made a sound, didn't it, Kenny? My bats didn't sound like that.
Never? 403
on a rare occasion.
Off the bat of Paul Konerko, giving the White Sox a 3-2 lead as they look to win their 11th in a row. Texas Rangers' 11-game win streak came to an end yesterday. It's the White Sox 14th double-digit win streak in franchise history. Their longest ever, a 19-game streak back in August of 1906. Prior to this streak mark, their longest win streak this season, 4 games.
Really? No, it's just a crazy game. This game we love. We love this game so much, but boy, also it can be such a heartbreaking game. And Ozzie Guillen looking for answers all year. What he's getting now is that Kotze's bat splinters. He'll have to get another one.
The Toyota in-game box score for the White Sox. A run in the 3rd, a run in the 6th, but the big blow, Paul Konerko. Solo shot off Andrew Kastner here in the 8th. Konerko also heads up base running. Scored the White Sox 2nd run in the 6th.
Oh, look at the head just stay right on the baseball. The eyes right there. His nose behind his belly button and just driving through the baseball. Swinging through it, not to it.
I like that.
All you youngsters out there, swing through. Don't swing to the baseball. Swing through the baseball.
Kotze stays alive. White Sox were 9.5 out following their game on June 9th. They've won 14 of 15. Their only loss 1-0 that Sunday night at Wrigley when they were 1 hit by Ted Lilly. Kotze down on strikes, but the White Sox take the lead on the Konerko home run, his 19th of the season. We head to the 9th. It's the White Sox by a run.
Oatmeal cookies.
Barbell.
Hey.
What's the problem?
We're shipping a package to Andy, but we can't send everything. It'd be too heavy.
Barbell.
Cookies.
Never
fear, civilian.
A postal carrier.
You guys need a priority mail flat rate box, only from the Postal Service. Well, it's all over the TV.
With priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, if it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
Thanks, Mr. Postal Carrier. Hey, fellas.
Shouldn't that dog be on a leash?
Disney Pixar's Toy Story 3, only in theaters. Priority mail flat rate boxes, only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
Can a smartphone reach the 4 corners of the earth? Can it make unlimited Skype-to-Skype calls to any country without using any minutes?
Hello?
I am anyone on Skype. Droid can with Skype Mobile, one of thousands of apps that can run with other apps from the ever-expanding Android market. When there's no limit to what Droid gets, there's no limit to what Droid does.
Right now, buy one Droid by Motorola and get a second one free. Only from Verizon.
Built with quality and backed with the best coverage in America, including a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's 40,000 more miles than Ford. Chevy Silverado half-ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy, and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Get 0% APR for 72 months on 2010 Silverado half-ton models with an average finance savings around $6,000.
Gather round, y'all. I'll sing you a song about our MVP, the amazing team mom. She rides on Firestones and always comes through, even been known to fix a boo-boo or two. Firestone. From practice to the game and back again, her Firestone tires are a mom's best friend. One sweet way to ride, a wayer at home. Behind every great team, there's a great team mom.
Firestone. Legendary drivers need legendary tires.
Are a soldier's memories real or fantasy?
Sergeant here's an unstable man.
Yeah, he's absolutely crackers.
Lightman will go to war to find the truth.
Put the gun down.
Lightman, you are way out of your depth.
All New Lie to Me, Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
The hard-throwing left-hander Matt Thornton will try and close things out for the White Sox here in the 9th. 0-1 to Xavier Nady, with the closer Bobby Jenks unavailable due to a family matter.
Just another great arm, this time from the left side, coming out of the Sox bullpen. He's going to have to face 3 dangerous right-handed hitters: Nady, Ramirez, Soriano.
1-2 on Nady, who is 0 for 3 today, has not hit the ball out of the infield.
Well, he had a pitch to hit right there, Kenny. He had a fastball right down the middle. He made a good pass at it, but he came up empty.
Thornton with 2 saves this season. Paul Konerko, solo home run, bottom of the 8th inning. to give the White Sox their third one-run lead of this game. Great job by our entire crew here today in Chicago, led by our producer, Carol Langley McDermott, our director, Ray Tipton, associate director, Eric Billigmeyer, broadcast associate, Matt Saldana, technical producer, Craig Marlowe, technical director is Dan Berger, pregame show produced by Don Bowie, the highlights coordinator, Janice Casaza, and the technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. Thornton missing away with the fastball. The count is now full with Aramis Ramirez waiting on deck. Ramirez hit a 7th inning home run to tie the game at 2. Playoff pitch from Thornton, and Nady fouls it off to the right side.
Been an entertaining ball game today here, Kenny. Don't tell him it's entertaining. He's down a run.
After a tough day yesterday.
Or what would have been ball 4. Nady tried to check his swing. And he did check his swing, but however, the ball still found the bat. So instead of ball 4, he'll have to try it again.
9th pitch of this at bat to Nady. And it's on the ground to the shortstop. Ramirez waiting. He throws, and Nady is retired. Seven consecutive Cubs have been retired by Garcia, Putz, and Thornton. One away here in the top of the 9th. With the All-Star game on Fox Tuesday, July 13th from Anaheim. All-Star squads will be managed by Joe Girardi and Charlie Manuel. Here's a 2-time All-Star, Aramis Ramirez, and he takes strike 1 from Thornton. Ramirez 0 for 1 lifetime against Thornton. A solo homer off Garcia. His last time up back in the 7th. 0-2. The Cubs 9 games under the 500 mark at 32-41. They have not been 10 games under 500 all season. Ryan Dempster and John Danks, the pitching matchup tomorrow. The 0-2 from Thornton to Ramirez, fouls it off.
99 miles an hour.
Boy, between Cashner and Thornton, we've seen some hard throwers.
Putz.
White Sox 2 outs away from their 11th consecutive victory.
Not one fan has left this ballpark.
Our thanks to Frank Thomas, Ron Santo, Lou Pinella, John Danks, who all joined us during the telecast today. As Mark has felt more like a talk show host than a color analyst.
Well, it's tough to get anything out of Ron Santo, isn't it?
Such a quiet guy. Pitch to Ramirez. Long run for 3 White Sox, and it drops foul.
Back-to-back long at-bats here. 9 pitches before he retired ex-Nady. Now Ramirez and Thornton battling again.
Check local listings for the game and time in your area next week on Fox, including the Mets and the Nationals. There's former National Alfonso Soriano looming on deck. Ball 4 to Ramirez. So the potential tying run is now on at first base for the Cubs.
Very good at bat there by Aramis Ramirez. He battled and battled those 99-mile-an-hour fastballs. He's the tying run, and the ever dangerous Alfonso Soriano now going to take his chances with Thornton.
That was the first walk issued by a White Sox pitcher in this game. Soriano 1 for 4 lifetime against Thornton.
Jeff Baker on deck. We got a pinch runner now for Aramis Ramirez.
Tyler Colvin. So Colvin running for Ramirez.
A little more speed out there now.
Baker out on deck. 0-1 to Soriano. Foul back to the screen.
Trying to get him to chase up around the letters. Nothing doing from Soriano. Or just no nonsense baseball from Matt Thornton. Fastball after fastball. No fear at all in this left-hander. Here's an off-speed pitch, the first one. That was a slider. Soriano took a pretty good pass at it. That one stayed a little more in the middle of the plate than Thornton wanted, and now he's getting a visit from his catcher saying, you know, you're throwing 99 miles an hour. I'm not so sure if we want to just hang those sliders right here because those are a lot easier to hit.
1 ball, 2 strike count. White Sox have had 5 winning streaks in club history of at least 11 games. The last time back in 1961, a 12-game streak. In June of '61. A 1-2, another foul.
We went right in on the belly button of Soriano. Soriano just able to fight that one off and stay alive. Great pitch.
This will be pitch number 23 this inning by Matt Thornton. Soriano did not go around, says first base umpire Gary Darling. Now 2-2. Holding the runner on first. 1 out. White Sox with a 1-run lead in the top of the 9th inning. A 2-2 from Thornton. On the ground to the third baseman Vizquel, to second for 1, to first. Double play. 5-4-3, and the White Sox win their 11th consecutive game. For the White Sox, their longest winning streak since 1961. Chris Rose and Kevin Millar from our Los Angeles studios right after these messages, and a word from our local Fox station. 3-2 Sox.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Maybe it started on the farm with your first ball and glove. Or maybe when you and your dad first played catch in the backyard. Or when he showed you how to throw that curveball. Sure, there were challenges. But we remember the good times, the friendships, the time with Dad, and that first trip to modern Woodman Park. The bluest sky, the greenest grass, and the coolest fireworks ever. And that's when you really become a bandit. River Bandits Baseball. Pass it on.
This is your canvas. This is your paintbrush. The John Deere Select Series with dozens of attachments and the only 4-year limited bumper-to-bumper warranty in its class. The question is, what will you create?
Get great deals and service on legendary John Deere equipment. Stop by our dealership today.
Whose idea was this? It says that when you buy a Grand Caravan, Dodge will give you 60 days to decide if you want to keep it. It's ridiculous. Look at that thing. Why would you need 60 days? Really, who is that indecisive? The Dodge, you won't need 60 days to decide, but we'll give it to you anyway. Event.
Or well-qualified lessees can get a 2010 Dodge Grand Caravan SE for only $259 a month.
A woman is diagnosed with breast cancer every 3 minutes.
The Breast Cancer Research Foundation improves prevention and treatment by funding the top researchers around the world.
Fox Sports asked you to join our team and text CURE to 27722. A one-time $10 donation will be added to your phone bill. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Support the Breast Cancer Research Foundation today to save lives tomorrow.
Next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, many of you get to see Steven Strasburg take on David Wright and the Mets. Others, the Jay Hay Kid, take on the Fish. And also we got the Rays and the Twins. We're back to day ball. That's the way we like it here on Fox Saturday Baseball, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox. And with that, hi everybody. We welcome you inside Studio A alongside the 12-year Major League vet and self-proclaimed idiot of the 04 champion Red Sox, Kevin Millar. I am Chris Rose, and let's show you a whole bunch of highlights. Start with Chicago and Chicago. Aramis Ramirez, you played with him in spring training.
He's the best RBI guy hitter they have on that team. They need him to get back and swing the bat well.
How about Paulie? Like, he turns around a 100-mile-an-hour pitch.
He is a professional home run hitter, and when it gets hot in Chicago, Paulie gets hot.
19th homer of the year. The White Sox win it 3-2, make it 11 wins in a row for the first time since 1961. Other games in progress out west. 1, 2, 3. Cheese! And then smile with the home run post for Mark Teixeira.
And I tell you what, Mark Teixeira, he's a second-half player, and if he goes, look out.
And we're still in the first half. 13 homers this year for Teixeira. And then James Loney, 10 for his last 13 with runners in scoring position. A 4 RBI night for Loney. And the Dodgers, who are just 3-10 so far in interleague play, lead the Yankees 7-4. That one just in the 6th inning. Stay out west. Dustin Pedroia on the DL could be out up to 6 weeks with a broken left foot. But who's going to get it done?
Mike
Cameron. How old is he, 99?
He just turned 87 years old and went dead center in Pac Bell, and that's a bomb.
Okay, well, here's more injury news. Clay Buchholz, the starting pitcher, the 10-game winner, left after 2 innings. They were looking at his left knee. They should say he should be okay to make his next start. By the way, the Red Sox lead it 4-2. They have used 7 different pitchers in this game. Battle of Ohio. Your former teammate, Scott Rowland, but who's not your former teammate?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a good point, but Scotty Rowland having a big first half for the Reds.
Well, the Indians trying to throw it all the way around, and Orlando Cabrera actually scores. He's called safe there. And then Lance Nix going the right way, which in this case is left center. That snaps a 3-3 tie in the Battle of Ohio. Once again, it is all Reds. It is 6-3, this one in the 7th. San Diego, that's first place San Diego, taking on the Marlins. And Adrian Gonzalez, a former #1 overall pick by the Marlins. He's not a gone, he's a RBI double, I guess, on that one. Do you believe in this team?
I'll tell you what, that pitching staff, you have to believe. The bullpen, the best in the big leagues, everybody that's faced them can't believe it.
Pretty incredible. They are the leaders of the National League West. Let's get you back to that battle in Chicago. And the White Sox, really, 2 weeks ago, we were like, okay, this team's 8.5 out behind the Minnesota Twins. Are they going to trade A.J. Przinsky? Are they going to trade Mark Burley? Paul Konerko, does he want out of town? Now, all of a sudden, they're the team to beat. What's going on?
Starting pitching, Jake Peavy found it. They, on paper, when they started the season, were the best pitching staff on paper, I thought. I mean, you had Peavy.
In all of baseball?
You had Peavy, you had Danks, you had Burley, all the way down. Gavin Floyd's very underrated. And now they're putting it all together, and that's why Ozzie Guillen knew that this team would get back on track.
Are they the team to beat now in that division?
They're the hottest team, and that's what baseball's about, but it's still June, and you have a lot of baseball left. But I'll tell you right now, they put themselves right back in contention. Now they're going to be buyers instead of sellers.
And kudos to Freddie Garcia, a guy who's really been off the radar the last 3 years, and he has solidified that number 5 spot in Ozzy's rotation. All right, more scores for you from earlier today. Let's get you all caught up on what happened in the world of baseball, and we're going to start off with, the Mets. The Prince throwing out the first pitch, and he was actually better than the Mets starter Johan Santana going against his old club. Gave up 5 earned in 6 innings, but the word was Carl Pavano today.
Great changeup, spots his fastball, and by far the best mustache going in the big leagues.
Yeah, the first American League pitcher to throw a complete game shutout and get 2 hits in the same game since Clyde Wright in 1972.
Wow.
Battle of Missouri, Colby Rasmus, 16 homers last year as a rookie. That was number 15. He's a 5-tool player.
He really is. And he's got that leg kick that I love, and I'll tell you what, he's a great player right now, and the Cardinals are going to need him to put together.
Skip Schumacher, Skippy, his second of the year, and the Cardinals take care of the Royals 5-3 in this one, although Jose Guillen did extend his hit streak to a career-best 20 in a losing effort. Rangers had their 11-game winning streak snapped last night by Houston, but Ian Kinsler turning on one.
He could hit, and I'm telling you, that pitch was down and in, kept his hand inside the ball to keep that ball fair. Big home run.
First homer since May 18th. Every Ranger had at least 1 hit, including Elvis Andrus, who's just rounding the bases out there like it's Little League.
And just gave the spotlight right there.
Josh Hamilton extended his hit streak to 20 games, so make it 12 of their last 13 now for the first-place Rangers. Good one down in the ATL. Chipper, just his 5th homer of the year. I guess he's not retired right now.
No, not yet. But that right there will keep him around.
All right, it's now 4-3 Atlanta in the 9th. Bases loaded. Johnny Damon.
Pitch out, called strike 3. Bad call right there, and look at Johnny. Going to walk him off the field and let him know.
That's Gary Cederstrom. Apparently, the Maddox, Smoltz, Glavine strike zone is still in effect.
Do you see?
Down in the ATL. All right, this is a home game for Toronto, even though it's in Philadelphia because of the old G20 summit. Look at Vernon Wells.
Wow.
Finding the only Blue Jay fan in the house.
5 decks up.
Alex Gonzalez, his 14th of the year, that off of Cole Hamels. Blue Jays go deep 3 more times. They lead all of baseball with 114 homers.
I mean, everybody, Buck, Gonzalez, Wells, Batista, they're all hitting homers this year.
All right, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Edwin Jackson threw a no-hitter against the Rays last night, and here is a big hit by Justin Upton, his 14th of the year. But it's the Rays' little guys that got it done today, including Sean Rodriguez.
I'll tell you what, Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria are the only starters in the Rays lineup hitting over 300, so that's big production from the guys.
And if the Yankees fall out west to the Dodgers, the Rays could climb to within 2 games of the Yankees in the American League East. Nats and the O's. You've been waiting for this one. It's Matt Wieters, and it's got to be the Sox.
It is the Sox. I'm looking at the Sturps. Look at those. I love them, though. They're all up.
Ty Wigginton just watching it go bye-bye.
And waving.
Courtesy of Drew Storen. Of course, he's the other prize rookie on that Washington pitching staff. 6-5 your final as Baltimore wins it.
Who?
Prince. The problem is 12 of his 15 homers this year have been solo shots.
Yes, but he can put on a display when he gets hot, and if he gets homer hot, look out.
Jose Lopez, a 2-run homer, that off of Randy Wolf, and the Mariners are trying to put something together, even though this charge is way, way, way too late to perhaps hang on to Cliff Lee. 5-4 is your final. Very quickly, in 15 seconds, what should the Cubs do with Carlos Zambrano?
Suspend him for 10 games, put him in the bullpen, but then Carlos Zambrano needs to take all the boys out for a steak dinner and bring that family back together.
If they have a veteran in that clubhouse, who knows what happens? I'm just saying, of course, you were with them in spring training. Hey, the All-Star Game, it's coming your way Tuesday, July 13th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. You'll see your favorite stars out there. They'll all be shining out in Anaheim for the first time since 1989. It's the 81st Major League Baseball All-Star Game on Fox. All right, Kevin, as always, hope you enjoyed it, and we appreciate the time. For Kevin Millar, I am Chris Rose. We'll see you next week on Fox Saturday Baseball. It's coming your way at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Promotional consideration paid for by...
Rookie sensation Strasburg leads the Nationals against the Mets. Fox Saturday Baseball, next week, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Fox Soccer Channel. The Big Ten Network. speed, Fuel TV, FSN, and Fox Sports, the greatest collection of sports networks in the world.
We are Fox Sports!
Fox Wednesday. With this much talent, you have got to be so brilliant. The top 9 must dance to a new standard of excellence. You tore that up! So you think you can dance? The top 9 perform Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Does car buying give you that queasy feeling inside? Well, take 2 of these and see us right away. We've got your remedy to save you money. Here's your prescription to healthy car buying. Take 3.9% financing, mix it with no money down, and with over 700 vehicles in stock, you'll feel great. Get 2009 Impala, 65 to choose from with miles as low as 7,000. Many loaded with leather, moonroof, Bose sound system, starting at $13,888 or just $233 per month. You gotta go green. Green Chevrolet, Avenue of the Cities in East Moline.
Right now, share any size icy cold Coke or any other soft drink, including sweet tea, for just $1.
Here's a list.
Need anything else from Farm and Fleet? That'll do it.
No dawdle.
I don't even know what that means.
Whenever you shop Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you're sure to find value. Right now, 50-pound bags of Diamond Crystal Zeotabs water softener salt are $4.99. Estate Premium Lawn Fertilizer is only $12.99. And our Performance Dog Food is $15.99.
Let's see, V-belt, wrench.
We're giving you 60 days to see why Chrysler Town & Country has more buyers than any other minivan in history. So if you need 60 days to decide, take them. But we think it'll earn your loyalty in about 60 seconds. The Chrysler 60-Day Pledge. Purchase a Town & Country, and if you don't love it within 2 months, bring it back. Just one more reason to drive Detroit again.
Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on Town & Country. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Erickson's award-winning collision center. The right place after a wrong turn.
The Office, 5 times a week.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
Today on TMZ.
It came as a shock to me, but Bubbles, the chimp, is still alive?
There's a documentary on Animal Planet called Michael Jackson and Bubbles, The Untold Story.
I've got the untold story, and it has to do with Quincy Jones.
We got Vladimir Klitschko and Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, good.
Walking together. But am I the only person in the room that every time I see them together, like, my hip bones hurt?
Yeah,
Jessica Hall, Jade Nicole, and a whole bunch of their friends leaving Besso.
So what do you think they talked about in there?
Hot babes only talking about making out with their friends.
Oddest couple I've ever seen on TMZ. Samuel L. Jackson and Judge Judy.
You're so wrong. They could be a-hole buddies. I'm telling you.
What?
No. What? No, it's no. Help me. It's an expression.
I have never had an a-hole buddy.
1 year after the death of Michael Jackson, his fans were out in force across the nation. The Cemetery, the family home in Encino, his hometown of Gary, Indiana. But there's one group hoping to unite all MJ fans with something that can bring them all a little comfort.
Weed.